at Mesmer Stadium. Loyola is 48-49 all time at their home along the Clyde Fan Parkway.
Good evening and welcome to Mesmer Stadium. My name is David Winkler, joined as per usual once again by my good friend John Carmody. We've got Art Carmody down on the sideline, and we are ready to bring you a season, a year and a half in the making basically, and I think all of us are excited to bring it to you in the crazy times we have. Finally a sense of normalcy here at Mesmer Stadium with the kickoff of the Loyola Flyer football season for 2020. John, tonight, District 1-3A gets started as the Green Oaks Giants come calling on the Flyers here at Mesmer. Green Oaks comes in at 2-1, and they're led by LSU commit DeColdis Crawford. The Flyers come in tonight at 1-1 off a very tough and hard-fought loss at Independence Stadium to the Huntington Raiders, a game that they were in until the very end. And John, the Flyers feel really good about themselves right now coming into this first game of District 1-3A action. So John, tonight, what do the Flyers need to do to come out of here with a win in their first district game of the season?
Well, you know, one of the interesting things is Green Oaks is loaded, as we know. Keith Baker, their quarterback, is dynamic. This is his senior year. We've watched him since he was a sophomore. The last two games between Loyola and Green Oaks have been thrillers. Last year's game was Green Oaks' homecoming, and Loyola spoiled that homecoming. Of course, Green Oaks would love to turn the tables on that. What Loyola's going to end up having to do is the same thing that they've had to do in the last couple of years, which is they're going to have to guard against the big plays. You already brought up DeColdis. They also have Terrence Isaac on the other side. Another LSU, not commit, but he was actually given an offer. And of course, you know, if you watch and read the local news, every senior on Green Oaks' team has gotten a college offer. So this is a very talented Green Oaks team, and so they're going to have big plays. And so Loyola's going to have to do their best to limit those big plays, try to control the ball as much as possible, keep the ball out of Baker's hands as much as possible, and really grind the game.
Please be courteous.
All right, we hope that you guys are going to enjoy this one as much as we are. Scott Mallion, in his debut as Flyer head football coach, taking over from the retired Stephen Jeter. He looks to get his first win tonight, and we look to watch it happen with you here in the stadium. So we'll be right back in a few minutes. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
Nobody likes being in a vehicle accident, but if you are, it's good to know that Auto Body Express is there to help you. Located at 3701 Benton Road in Bossier City, Auto Body Express specializes in insurance-related collision repair. Auto Body Express has been around for more than 70 years and has the best technicians, the best training, and the best equipment in the collision repair industry. Call 318-629-4450 and go see former Flyer Staten Fontaine for any collision repair need that you might have.
Since its inception in 1968, Bremer Engineering has been committed to providing the finest contract operating, property management, and engineering services to a wide variety of clients ranging from major, global, E&P companies to small independent operators across the U.S. Bremer's operating principles include integrity, commitment, vision, teamwork, and experience. Their perpetual goal is to work safely while serving their clients with maximum production at minimum cost, all while protecting the environment. These principles and goals have given Bremer Engineering an outstanding record of service in the highest levels of the oil and gas industry. For more information, call 318-429-2345. Bremer Engineering is a proud supporter of Flyer Athletics.
LED Outdoor is committed to helping you grow your business by creating bright, stunning ad campaigns and displaying them on our HD quality digital billboards. Digital billboards are the way of the future and are more effective than traditional billboards. Digital billboards complement radio advertising, delivering the lowest cost per thousand. With free artwork production, you determine what you want displayed and when to display it. Call LED Outdoor at 318-458-1920 to start your digital advertising program today.
I'm not so much representing just myself anymore. It's my family and origin, and it's very humbling, and I'm really looking forward to the next however many years.
Hopefully the trust he has for me helps, but I don't know if I'll be one of the top bankers in the world like Sam is with golf.
Welcome back to Messmer Stadium. So as we alluded to in the opener, the Flyers are 1-1 coming off a hard-fought loss to the Huntington Raiders. John, the inside the stats would tell you that the Raiders did put up almost or a little over 500 yards of total offense in that game, but the vast majority of it came on the ground. As you said earlier, the Flyers are going to get tested in the aerial game tonight, in the big plays, as you talked about. It's going to present a challenge for the Flyers that they frankly haven't seen yet so far this year. And you could make a pretty good argument. They really haven't seen it since the last time they played Green Oaks. Everybody is aware of who DeColdis Crawford is that follows high school football or LSU football, because he was a much celebrated early commit to the Tigers. But what you may not realize is Jalen Jackson is actually the team's leading receiver. Jackson's got 18 receptions for 285 yards and 3 touchdowns. DeColdis has 15 receptions for 272 and 1. So they've got to definitely have a two-headed monster at wide receiver. But listen to these numbers from quarterback Keith Baker, John. Keith Baker, 51 of 93 with 1 interception, 7 touchdowns, and through 3 games, 849 yards passing. That is pretty darn strong work, and that's what the Flyers are going to have to contend with tonight. So, John, if you will, let's go a little more in depth at, what if you're the Flyer defensive coordinator tonight, what are you trying to do? What would your game plan be in order to slow down this Green Oaks team?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I remember in one of the pregame shows that one of the local stations did, they interviewed Keith Baker, and Keith Baker's goal for the season was to throw 40 touchdown passes. 40 touchdown passes. And so, that was when he may have been assuming that there was still going to be a 10-game season, or maybe he was maybe including the playoffs to boot. But that tells you, what kind of confidence he has and where they want to go with the football, which is down the field. And so when you watch Green Oaks play, and we've certainly watched this for the last couple of years, and you've seen them on tape, they do the same thing. They run a lot of fly patterns. They try to just throw it up to speedy wide receivers and get down the field. And so, I would expect the Flyers to be playing a lot of 2 deep safeties to try to give some coverage on each side. You might even see them getting into a cover 3 and try to cover, all 3 sections of the field in the deep middle as well. So, it's really going to be interesting to see what they've done. A lot of teams have shaded DeColdis Crawford, of course, and you can see that Baker just takes what's given by the defense. And so the Flyers have to be ready. I'm sure they're going to be trying to put Trey Taylor, their best corner, on the best wide receiver. And so it's going to be the other safeties in the corners are going to have to rise to the challenge.
Prayer and national anthem.
We're going to take you to the field for our prayer and national anthem real quick.
Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are about to play. Give each one of us the courage to play this game in a manner by our words and actions is pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship with respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask you, Father, to bless each one of us, especially the coaches, officials, parents, and players. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence with us in this game. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And now for our national anthem, here is Senior Graham Montgomery.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wonderful rendition of the national anthem there, John, by Graham Montgomery. So to continue where we left off there, John, we've talked a little bit about Green Oaks. Let's talk about the Flyers, led by junior quarterback Jacob Lafitte. He'll be joined in the backfield by Wes Barlow, and his favorite receiver, at least so far this season, has been Trey Taylor. The Flyers have about a 50-50 split, John. They're not like Green Oaks. They're not going to just come out and throw it all over the park. They're going to be more balanced, maybe even run a little bit more than pass. So even though they may not be as explosive, they have still managed to put up 38 points a game over the first two games. So this game, by all accounts, should be kind of a track meet type affair up and down. I'm sure Coach Mallion would prefer that his defense not let that happen. But, just going by the outcome of the first games of both teams, you got to kind of figure this is going to be a high-scoring affair.
That's a good point, David. It's one of the interesting things. I mean, last year we saw Reese Barb, and years before, we've seen big running backs. Ethan Stansel comes to mind. And Loyola's been able to really control the game by having a running back that's really been a bruising running back. This year, Wes Barlow inherits that role, and Wes has done a good job so far. But this is going to be really the meat of the schedule. This is district play. And he's really only had 2 games under his belt to kind of get the feel for being the lead running back. And so those games that have been lost at the beginning of the season through COVID and through the hurricane, the Flyers have lost 3 games that should be leading up to district to get them ready for this. But, you're going to have to go with what you have. And so one of the things that I would imagine that they're going to do is try to stay conservative, go with what they know, not try to do too many things that are too fancy starting out in district game. And a lot of that's going to really put the onus on Wes Barlow controlling the running.
All right, so we're about to get it started here. The Flyers are going to receive the opening kickoff. Van Norman and Trey Taylor back to receive for the Flyers. They stand on their own 10-yard line. Green Oaks will kick off with a very stiff wind that's just kind of kicked up here in the last 15 minutes at his back, or at their back, excuse me. I'd say we've got about a 15-mile-an-hour breeze, John, and the temperature's starting to drop. By the end of this game, we should lose about 10 or 15 degrees on the old thermometer. It's going to feel like a nice, low humidity, breezy, cool fall evening before we get out of here, JB.
Yeah, generally our first game of the year is a 90-plus degree day. You know, it's interesting that our first game is, of course, in the middle of or late October with a beautiful evening.
I'm going to call that a positive. One of the very few in the age of COVID. All right, I'm not quite sure what the holdup is here, but they looks like the Green Oaks sideline is in discussion with the officials.
And, you talked about, David, about, the keys to the game. Of course, one of the keys to the game is going to be this play right here. Trey Taylor's been exciting in the special teams so far. Last week against Huntington, he had a return touchdown off of kickoff. And so, this is one of the ways that Flyers can really help themselves is big special teams plays, and they've got a home run hitter in Trey Taylor to do that.
All proceeds help the Flyer football team. Show your Flyer pride at the Snoopy Shack underneath the stadium.
So Donovan Brown, big Donovan Brown, set to kick off for Green Oaks. About as big as you'll ever see a kicker not named Sebastian Janikowski. Donovan goes 6'1", 274. And he's got a leg. That ball will be fielded at the 30 by the Flyers. Knee touched the ground right there, so the ball is dead. Can't quite tell. That's Snell on the reception there.
Yeah, really, and that ball was coming awkwardly down for Snell. Snell made a nice play.
It'll be Flyer ball.
Again, with those straight leg kickers, you have no idea where the ball is going to go, and Snell had to reach down to go get it and really couldn't advance it.
So here comes Jacob Lafitte and his Flyers. They'll operate into that stiff north wind for the first quarter. Three wide split. One man in the backfield, that's Barlow. Pass is incomplete. He wanted Trey Taylor. I'll make it 2nd and 10.
It's really a nice play call by Coach Sella right out of the gates. He was anticipating that Green Oaks was going to blitz, and he ran the quick slant with Trey right behind him, and really it was a good pass. Trey just had a tough time with it.
This time the handoff's going to go to Barlow. Barlow's going to get it up to about the 35-yard line. Be a gain of 5 and set up 3rd and 5.
You cannot stress how big a play that is right there. I mean, that's hard running by Wes Barlow right there to give a 3rd and 5 situation. You have to run hard. You have to get those extra yards to put your offense in a short 3rd down situation.
So the Flyers with their first 3rd down of the evening here. Lafitte in the shotgun, as he's been so far this whole series. He's going to pull that one back and look to throw. He signals for his man to go downfield. He wants Trey Taylor again, and that time the pass is going to be a little bit out of bounds, incomplete, and the Flyers will have to send the punting unit out onto the field.
4th and 5.
He's looking for Trey to kind of go up the sideline, but he was well defended. Really a good throw. It was no chance for an interception, but it would have been a hard catch to make. Right there. But I'm liking what I see in the interior against Green Oaks defense, and I really do think that the Flyers may have some luck running the ball up front, either with Wes Barlow or if Jacob's able to keep the ball.
So Avon Smith out for his first action of the evening. Jaron Ellis stands on his own 30, and that ball just got held up into that wall of wind. I mean, John, that looked like a 60-degree wedge that was fatted. It just hit the 45-yard line, and just fell straight down.
It really did. And, you may have gotten 4 yards total.
It wasn't much. Green Oaks is going to have wonderful field position to start out here for Keith Baker. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Flyer 40. for the Giants.
Of course, you do not want to give this team a short field because, you know, they're not going to have much of a kicking game. I guarantee you they're going to be using all 4 downs to get a first down.
So Keith Baker in his what is that is about the craziest looking uniform for Keith Baker. He's got his jersey pulled up so high you can't even see his number. Frankly, a little bit surprised that the officials are letting that go, John.
I am too. It is a little surprising. He's like that pink.
And now they told look,
undershirt.
he just came over and told him to pull it down, and he did.
But you can see what the Flyers are doing. We talked about that in the pregame. Look at exactly what the Flyers are. They usually have 4 down linemen. They're actually going with 3 down linemen to have more defensive backs. And I'm telling you, when you have only 3 defensive linemen, you know, it's going to put a lot of pressure on those 3 to make plays.
James Sanders.
So Sanders on the carry for the Giants. Swak on the stop at the Flyer 37, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 7 here. So the Flyers with a really, really good opportunity here to get Green Oaks off the field or at least force them to a decision. This time the handoff's going to go inside to number 6. That's Michael Rachel, but there is a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be in the area of holding, and that's exactly what it is. Rochelle, a nice carry, but 4 not.
There's a penalty on the play.
And it'll be 3rd and long now for Green Oaks.
And you know, that was really advantageous for the Flyers because, you know, there was a huge hole there. And again, this is going to be one of the things, if the Flyers are going to run these 3 down linemen, the linebackers and strong safeties are going to have to really be flowing because, you know, there are going to be a lot of gaps open.
And 19 from the 49.
So the penalty, after the penalty, it'll be marked off for 12 yards. It'll set up 3rd and 19 for Green Oaks from the Flyer 49, just across midfield. So Green Oaks will need to get down to the 30-yard line for a first down here. Baker's going to drop back to pass right here. He's under pressure. He's able to get away from 1, but not from the second man. That looks like Bruce Henley, John. Is that right?
Baker is sacked on the play by number 34.
No, that's 34, excuse me. Looked like 54 from these old eyes. That was Sam Zwak. Probably should have known better.
I'm sure Bruce would like to.
I'm sure Bruce Henley will be glad he got his name called there.
You know, Sam did a great job right there, but I want to credit James Beckman for what the Flyers are doing is they're bringing Beckman as a defensive end. He's really more of a strong safety, but he has the speed to get up the field, and he really got there and disrupted the timing and let Sam Swat come in and clean it up.
So Coach Mallion's got to be really happy with that first possession. That punt's going to be fielded over his head by Trey Taylor, who makes a nice little video game move, and he's up the left sideline. Trey Taylor across midfield. He crosses the 45 down to the 41. First down, Flyers inside Green Oaks territory at the 41-yard line.
I mean, there are very few kids who can do that, and that's what's so fun about watching Trey Taylor on punt returns, kickoff returns. But I'll tell you one thing, it was a beautiful wall set up. Once you saw that he made that initial move, the Flyers had a great wall up the side.
So they call it the 40. And the Flyer offense out quickly onto the field, ready to snap the ball. Taylor goes in motion, handoff inside to Barlow. Barlow sticks his head in the hole and gets 3 yards right there. So the Flyers stay ahead of the chains, and it'll be 2nd and 7 from the Green Oaks 37.
And again, that's where it's open. Green Oaks actually played that very well, but that was a nice hole, and Barlow really stuck it up in there well.
Again, the handoff goes to Barlow. Barlow breaks a couple of tackles, and he'll be across the 30 down to the 27, and that'll be good enough for a Flyer first down.
That's what I was saying in that first series. You could really kind of see that I think they're going to have opportunities in the middle of that defense running the ball.
10-yard gain on the carry by Barlow. Again, Barlow, but this time Green Oaks sniffs that one out. He'll be stopped right about the 38, and that'll be a loss of 1, make it 2nd and 11.
You can see right, Green Oaks did. They quickly made an adjustment, moving to a 5-man front right there. So the Flyers got to be watching that, watching what the defensive alignment's going to be.
Flyer pride, visit the Snoopy Shack. Closes at the end of the first quarter.
Lafitte's going to roll right, look downfield. He's got a man open. That pass is incomplete. Just a little bit outside for his intended receiver there. That looked like
incomplete, intended for Snell.
Snell, yeah, Alex Snell there, the intended receiver.
It was good. It was a good pass. But one of the things that I'm sure the Coach Sell is going to say is that if Jacob's able to roll out like that, again, that was well sealed off by the offensive tackle on the defensive end, and Jacob really could have run the ball up for maybe 5 or 6 yards.
It's a big third down here for the Flyers, 3rd and 11. With this kind of win, you got to figure there's no way they're going to try to kick a field goal. Lafitte passes incomplete. Wow, great try there by Trey Taylor. Excuse me. Couldn't read the number. I'm having a hard time with the numbers tonight, JB. I need to make an appointment to come see you.
You know, and that was really it was a nice play call by Coach Sell. It was a really nice pass by Jacob Lafitte. You know, a hard catch to try to make, but that's the right play to call.
So as we said, they're not going to try to kick right here. And it looks like Lafitte gave him a bit of a hard count, and they're going to get at least 5 out of this.
Phillies offsides against the Giants.
So if they truly are going to try to go for this, which it looks like they are, it'll make it 4th and 6, much more manageable. Get it down to the 23. You got to figure they'd at least want another 10 yards before they would try to kick a field goal into this win.
I agree.
Lafitte again, seeing if he can get another free 5, but this time the Giants aren't taking the bait. Lafitte's going to roll right, and this time the pass is complete to the 20-yard line. It's going to be about 3 yards short of the line to gain.
Pass is complete to Ellis Tompkins.
Ellis Tompkins with the reception, and he got hit pretty good and held on. Great job by Tompkins there, but just a little bit short, and so Green Oaks will take over 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line.
And there's really nothing wrong with that play call right there. You know, a field goal, like you said, would have been tough. Certainly you can't punt right there. And I have to credit, like you said, Ellis Tompkins, that ball kind of caught him on the hip, and it kind of hung there, and then he took a shot, and he was able to hold on to the football.
So Keith Baker back out for his second action of the night. And the handoff's going to go inside again. It looked like Sanders again on the carry. And Sanders is going to pick up maybe a yard, maybe not even that.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
So far, the Flyer defense doing a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage.
It really is. You know, we talked about that on the first series for Green Oaks. So here the Flyers are walking up.
That pass is incomplete. That time Baker wanted Terrence Isaac Jr., and that'll set up a 3rd and 10.
But again, that's the danger right there. I mean, the Flyers are going to try to blitz him, and, you know, Baker is hard to bring down anyway, and he has got a cannon of an arm. That was a nice thrown ball and should have been caught, and he threw it right in between the corner and the safety. So, I mean, that's that big play opportunity.
So 3rd and 10. Last time the Flyers were able to get off the field when the Green Oaks had a 3rd down conversion facing them, and they look to do it again right here. Baker fakes the handoff, fires outside. That was, it looked like Crawford out there that he was in. Crawford is able to catch it, but his knee went down as he caught it, and so the ball is whistled dead right there. He got it up to about the 26, and that'll be a 4th and 5 now facing the Giants And it looks like they're going to send the punting unit out onto the field.
Yeah, one of the encouraging things about that is, of course, he's throwing a quick little out to Dakotas Crawford, but Trey Taylor's matched up against him, and Trey was right there. Even if Dakotas had not put his knee down on the turf, Trey was right there as he was coming up and brought him out of bounds. And so, that's going to be one of the big keys to this game, as we talked about in the pregame.
A reminder, there is no re-entry into the stadium. Please practice social distancing at all places, including the restrooms, and be sure to wash your hands when leaving. At the conclusion of the game, please exit.
We'd like to thank our sponsors tonight: Brammer Engineering, LED Outdoor, Auto Body Express, and Origin Bank. We couldn't do these broadcasts without our great Flyer Football and LCP TV sponsors, and we certainly appreciate all that they do for us.
An enjoyable season for our players, students, and Loyola community.
All right, so here we go.
Chartez Green.
4th and 5, and Chartez Green to punt. Trey Taylor stands on the Flyer 40-yard line. Green has the wind at his back, unlike Avon Smith earlier. It looks like Green's going to keep that one, or at least he looked like he may have been trying to punt, but he fumbled the punt, and the Flyers did a great job of getting in there. Flyers are going to have the ball with great field position at the Green Oaks 14-yard line. Reagan Quayle got there first, and Beckman came on right behind him. I'm not sure if that was just a little bit of a fumbled snap from up here. It looked like he was going to punt, and I don't think that was a design like fake or anything.
I think that he was looking to possibly catch him off guard, and I will tell you who really made that play was number 6, Van Norman. As he came up the field, he was actually watching. I think that they were looking to see if he would peel off, and Van Norman stayed right there and initially made the play to allow everybody else to clean it up.
So here go the Flyers with a wonderful opportunity to strike first here in the end of the first quarter. Jacob Lafitte's going to keep this one. He'll carry it down to the 5-yard line. Big time run by Jacob Lafitte right there. Breaking tackles, getting all the way down to the 5, where the Flyers will have it first and goal.
We talked about that earlier. That is exactly what I want to see the Flyers do. I mean, it was a great call by Coach Sella and Jacob, a good run. He has got to be a part of this game running the football. He made a big run last year at Green Oaks to really set him up for the win.
And we have timeout on the field.
So timeout on the field.
2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
LED Outdoor is committed to helping you grow your business by creating bright, stunning ad campaigns and displaying them on our HD quality digital billboards. Digital billboards are the way of the future and are more effective than traditional billboards. Digital billboards complement radio advertising, delivering the lowest cost per thousand. With free artwork production, you determine what you want displayed and when to display it. Call
Oh, the ball is fumbled. He's able to pick it back up. He'll be brought down back, and it looks like for progress they're going to give him the 6, so he'll only lose maybe a yard and a half right there. But more importantly, he was able to get back on that ball, John, and save this great scoring opportunity for the Flyers.
Second and goal.
Flyers right back to the line. Second and goal from the 7. Handoff this time. Barlow right side gets it down to the 3. And that'll make it 3rd and goal for the Flyers.
Alex Snell.
Excuse me, that was Alex Snell, not Barlow.
Now again, this is interesting. I mean, the Flyers are in a T formation. I don't think we ever saw a T formation with Coach Jeter. So Coach Mallion.
It's a 3rd and goal. And looks like Green Oaks is going to call another timeout there.
So it's interesting, again, this T formation sets up a very interesting alignment. They have Ian Birch as one of the backs. They've got Wes Barlow, and they've got Snell as one of the backs. And so, again, this is a new formation, new personnel. We have seen this in the last couple of years.
So 5:08 left here in the first quarter. No score in a game that I think both of us felt like could turn into a bit of a track meet, and certainly it still could. But the defense is actually stepping up to the challenge right now so far, John, in a game that features two teams that have been pretty offensively minded so far this season.
I think both teams are happy right now. Green Oaks knows they still have big plays to come.
So 3rd and goal, just inside the 4-yard line. Flyers, 3 wide receivers, 1 man in the backfield, that's Wes Barlow. Barlow's going to take the handoff, and he's going to break 1 tackle, but he's going to be brought down right about the line of scrimmage. And let's see if Coach sends Avon Smith out there to try his first field goal of the night. He is still kicking into quite a wind, and here he comes. So Coach Mallion, with his first big decision of the evening, he's going to send Avon Smith out there.
Again, this is a tough call because, I mean, the Green Oaks really haven't shown anything offensively. You can still keep them pinned down if you go for it, and it would make sense too, but a field goal certainly does make sense.
And we saw what happened to his punt going this direction earlier. It basically just hit a wall of wind and came straight back down. So this is no gimme. It'll be 22 yards on the attempt for Smith for the Flyers to take the early lead here. And Smith's kick is up, and it is, they haven't given a signal. Let's see. Offsides. So let's see.
Giants.
I guess it happened so early they weren't even going to let the play go.
Normally the Flyers would have an opportunity to decline that and take the field goal if they meant. And so here we go. Coach Mallion, with the extra couple of yards there, is going to go for it here. And I don't know, John, if seeing that kick, which was kind of a knuckleball coming off the foot of Smith, kind of made Coach Mallion change his mind there.
I think it probably did, David. I think you're exactly right. Again, this is a difficult situation here because you've spread your offense out, but every other defensive player is in that line, and so you got 8 in the box right now. And if you're handing the ball off, you're at a one-man disadvantage.
Curious if we don't see a little Lafitte roll out here. That's what they've gone to when they needed it so far. No, he's just going to quick throw, fire, touchdown! Flyers! Jacob Lafitte to Trey Taylor. 2 yards on the Flyer touchdown throw. And with 3:44 left here in the first quarter, the Flyers take the lead 6-0.
And really, again, I mean, that may seem like a crazy 4th down call, but just what we were saying, they had 8 in the box right there. They were stacked up, ready to stop the run. And so, of course, the linebackers walked up. All they had to do was run Trey Taylor behind them. And really an easy pitch and catch.
So Smith back out there to attempt the extra point from about 2 yards closer in than the field goal opportunity from just a second ago. Lorette on the hold. And Smith's kick is no good. Wide left.
Extra point is no good.
So 3:44 left here in the first quarter. Flyers lead it 6-0. And we're going to go down to Art here. Yeah, we're going to go down to Art Carmody on the sideline. After a big turnover on a muffed punt by Green Oaks inside their own 20-yard line, they're able to cash that in with a 2-yard touchdown throw from Jacob Lafitte to Trey Taylor. And now the Flyers will kick off into this stiff breeze.
And as you've already stated, we've seen 3 kicks into this win, and all 3 of them have been problematic.
So DeColdis, Crawford, Jerron Ellis, and Walker back to receive for Green Oaks. They stand on their own 20, but I'd be surprised if this kick even made it that far into this win. And they'll squib it. And that ball will be fielded on the 22. And that's DeColdis, Crawford. No, excuse me. That's Jacobarius Walker. And Walker gets it across midfield down to the Flyer
Walker
40. Let's see where they're going to mark that at. The 40. There is a flag on the play. It's holding against Green Oaks.
Yeah, when he made
So
that,
that's going to come back.
when he made that break on the outside, the Loyola defender was in good position, and as he tried to go to his outside containment, he got held.
So the Walker return for naught right there. Flyers so far have been on the right side of the calls and the breaks in this one.
That one, thankfully, was pretty easy to call from an officiating standpoint. It was right on the outside, right where the ball was, and so, Jesse Beinog was the number 52, the one in really good position, and got held.
So after all that, the Giants will start on their own 26. Keith Baker leads his troops out there with 3:34 left here in the first. Down 6-0. Handoff goes inside to James Sanders, and Sanders will carry up to about the 27 or 28-yard line.
That's Birch who makes
That'll be a gain of a couple there.
And again, a great job by Beckman coming up the field. A big hole, and that was Ian Birch just meeting the running back in the hole.
Ian Birch playing a good game so far tonight. Again, the handoff goes to Sanders, and this time Sanders has a little more room. He gets it across the 35 out to the 37, and that's going to be enough for a Giant first down. Snell on the tackle there for the Flyers. Green Oaks quickly back to the line.
Gain is to the 37 and a first down.
Again, the handoff to Sanders, and again, the Flyers do a great job. Even with just that 3-man line, they're doing a great job for the most part of corralling the Green Oaks running game. No gain on that one, even maybe a lost a yard.
And that play was made by Cody Kilgarland. I mean, what a great play from the nose position
Sanders
to come off of that block to make that play. And cleaned up with Ellis Tompkins.
2nd and 11 from the 36.
So 2nd and 11 now. Baker looks to throw. He's got a man. That's Crawford out in the left flat. Crawford makes a couple of great moves and gets it up to midfield. That'll be a gain of 13 and a Giant first down.
And that is Green Oaks offense. Get the ball out fast to really good athletes, and let's see what they do.
And Lee Rett
You can see with those quick twitch muscles right there for DeColdis Crawford. You can see why Coach Ed Orgeron really liked him and offered him a scholarship in his sophomore year.
And again, Trey Taylor was there. He just missed a tackle. It was a good play, a good move by DeColdis Crawford.
Baker looks to throw to the other side this time, and that pass is incomplete. It was juggled there. He wanted Michael Rochelle. Excuse me. That's Terrence Isaac Jr. He almost made a circus catch right there, John, but he wasn't able to quite hold on to it.
It really wasn't a bad pass. I mean, it was one that really, probably should be caught. But again, the Flyers, are throwing the Green Oaks offense a lot of curveballs, a lot of 3-man fronts and 4-man fronts to make them think about what they want to do.
2nd and 10 for Keith Baker. Baker fakes the handoff, fires outside, complete. He got
pass complete to
Giordario Williams that time.
Number 7, Reagan Coyle.
And you can see, James Beckman is getting up the field. Green Oaks
Third down.
offense is certainly concerned with him, so they're trying to get the ball out as quickly as possible.
So 3rd and 4. Green Oaks needs the 39 of the Flyers for a first here. 1:33 left here in the first quarter. Flyers lead at 6-0. Handoff that time to Sanders. Sanders will get it up to the 39. It's going to be two yards short of a first down. Coyle on the tackle, and that'll set up a 4th down here, John. 4th and 2, or maybe 1.5, really.
And there's no doubt they're going for this.
Of course. So 4th and 1, call it. See if the Flyers can make a play here and get the ball back. Handoff is going to go to Sanders, and Sanders is able to break a couple of tackles, and he'll have enough for the first down. Uh-oh, look, maybe there's a fumble, though, John. Looks like the ball may have come loose right there. The official came running in, and he threw the marker down. Flyers say they have it, and they do. Flyer football. Sanders had the first down, but he coughed it up on the tackle, and the Flyers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 39.
I'll tell you one thing, that was really gang tackling right there. Even after he had broken through the initial line and made a nice cut to the left, the Flyers really pursued well and gang tackled him, forcing the ball out.
Well, ball at the 39-yard line.
So far, John, the Giants continuing to gift wrap big favors to the Flyers. And we're going to have a flag here. Looks like too many men on the field. I don't know if it's illegal motion.
Interesting to come from the back, Judge.
Yeah. Not exactly sure what he saw unless two men, let's see, as the motion man was running down the line, maybe someone else was moving. I couldn't quite tell.
Yeah, I generally see those calls from one of the line judges.
And the Flyers will get it back right there. That's the second time Lafitte's been able to catch him on a hard count.
5 yards for all sides.
So after all that, we're back to 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39.
Really, if that's Coach Sella calling for that call, he has really been timely with those calls on the hard count.
Lafitte's going to hand off inside to Trace Wall that time. First carry for Wall tonight. Wall's going to have a nice carry
Joshua Harris
up to the 49-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a Flyer. First down, 10 yards on the carry.
Really a nice cut by Trace Wall on the inside. I think that's where they're going to continue to expose the defense.
Lafitte almost got him again right there.
I believe that.
I'm not quite sure. We are right on the 50, and he definitely crossed the zone. And if you're not aware, in high school, there is no ability to get back. You cross it, it's a penalty. And that time the Flyers will be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Wall will lose a couple of yards right there, make it 2nd down and 12.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Your score here from Mesmer Stadium, Loyola 6, Green Oaks nothing. All right, we'll be right back. You're watching Flyer Football on LCP TV. He goes every 6 and every score, and they've got to run these spots. You just run them one at a time.
Representing just myself anymore. It's my family and origin, and it's very humbling, and I'm really looking forward to the next however many years.
Hopefully the trust he has for me helps, but I don't know if I'll be one of the top bankers in the world, like Sam is with golf.
All right, welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Flyers lead at 6-0. It's been a bit of a defensive struggle, kind of surprisingly. Lafitte's going to hand off inside that time. I believe that was Wall again, and it was. He's met at the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard. I think he got a yard out of that, and we'll call it 3rd and 10.
Again, the linebackers are walked up right there. That's one of those opportunities I think that Jacob's going to have to hold that ball instead of giving it.
3rd down and 10.
So 3rd and 10, Flyers now have the wind at their back. We'll see how important that is throughout this quarter. Again, the Green Oaks defensive tackle flinches and probably did, but wasn't called across the line there. Lafitte's going to roll to his left and look downfield. He fires incomplete, in and out of the hands. I believe that was Van Norman.
Passing.
Looks like Alex.
For Van Norman.
You're right,
Yep.
Van Norman.
It'll be 4th down and 10.
And that'll be 4th and 10 from midfield. The Flyer kicker, Avon Smith, will have a much more comfortable time kicking with this wind at his back as opposed to his face.
That was a nice rollout pass. Again, Van Norman was a tough catch because he had to go down to go get it, but Jacob put it where it needed to be to give him the opportunity.
Also, Jalen Jackson back to receive.
Jalen Jackson and Crawford back to receive the punt. Excuse me, that's not Crawford. That's Jerron Ellis. And the punt will be fielded and brought, and Ellis will be brought down immediately by Ian Birch. Not quite sure what Ellis was thinking right there. He risked another turnover. Birch was able to really put a lick on him. And Green Oaks will have it inside their 10-yard line for the start of this possession.
For 3 years, we have been praising Ian Birch, and that's the kind of play. He is the deep snapper, and that is a deep snapper getting down the field and being the first one down there to make a play. That is impressive.
Well, I'll tell you what, John. I mean, it's awfully early, and probably should wait to the end of this game to make a statement like this. But from what I've seen over the first few games of the season, I think Ian Birch may be their MVP.
He certainly plays like it in almost every game.
So Keith Baker with his back to his own end zone. He's under pressure, and he's going to be brought down in the end zone, and they're going to give him forward progress at the 1. What a tremendous play right there.
And who was that?
I believe that was Ian Birch.
It was exactly what it was. And what they did right there is they ran Ian Birch on a blitz on the outside. He came all the way from the outside, and Baker was rolling right, so Birch had to come from the left end and track him down. What a great play by Birch.
Timeout on the field.
So timeout on the field, 2nd and 18. When we come back here to the game action quickly, it was one of the greatest games in Louisiana high school football history. And now the game, video, and radio broadcasts have been edited together to bring you Dream Game. This 53-minute DVD features not only the 1967 state championship game between Jesuit and Lake Charles, but also has rarely seen video, pictures, and game memorabilia, plus an epilogue detailing the lives of many of those involved in this thrilling game. Buy yours today at www.loyolaprep.org/Dream Game. So 2nd and 18, Keith Baker with his feet basically in the end zone. Flyers with a wonderful opportunity and the wind at their back, so it's going to be really hard for Baker to throw a deep ball in this kind of wind in his face. And that pass is complete. And great tackling there. They'll pick up 10 yards, Crawford, on the reception. And that'll set up a 3rd and 8 now. or 3rd and 9, excuse me.
And Birch make the stop.
Snell and Birch there for the
On
Flyers.
10-yard line, so it's a gain
So they do a good job of getting out of the shadow of their own end zone, but they still have work to do.
That's really a tough play. If that ball's low and the wide receiver goes down and kneels on it right there, it's a safety. So, I mean, it really is, a credit to Green Oaks to get that thing out of the end zone.
Flyers would dearly love to get a stop right here and get the ball back in what would almost certainly be great field position. Baker's pass is complete that time, so the Flyers not able to come up with that defensive stop.
Pass complete to Isaac.
It was Terrence Isaac
Snell makes the
Jr.
stop.
out over the 20 to the 26. Snell on the stop for the Flyers.
And again, you see what their big play is all about right there. I mean, you throw it to the coldest on one side, you throw it to Isaac on the other.
But I can't, you know what? And it takes a big arm quarterback to make that kind of throw into that wind. And you can see the arm strength that Baker has right there. That was an absolute laser beam. Great open field tackle that time. That was Jared Savannah on the tackle. Sanders on the carry for Green Oaks. He picked up maybe 2 yards, make it 2nd and 8.
And Ian Birch met him right there. He just got him up high, and Sanders was able to kind of shake him off. Great play by Jared Savannah to finish it up.
Baker's pass to Crawford's complete. He makes a nice mid-move, too. So he gets away. DeColdis Crawford, two-man to beat, and he gets it down to the 25-yard line. So that's a pass of 50 yards right there from Baker to LSU commit DeColdis Crawford. And again, John, you can see what the Tigers love in DeColdis Crawford on that catch and run.
That's what I say earlier. I don't think that Green Oaks feels like they're out of the game at any point because they have these great athletes.
26 of Loyola.
Sanders on the carry down to the 21. He'll pick up about 6 yards there, make it 2nd down and 4. 8:14 left here in the second quarter. Flyers lead it 6-0, but Green Oaks is knocking on the door with their best offensive series of the night. Baker fires it out to Jalon Jackson. Jackson is going to be spun down. He fumbles, but is able to get back on it.
Looks like the referee gave him the initial yardage.
Pass complete to Jalon Jackson.
That was Nathan Lorette on the tackle.
And that's a big-time play by Nathan Lorette right there. You're basically out there one-on-one. And so, he was able to just basically grab a hold of the jersey and bring him down, thank goodness.
So 3rd down and 1 right here. So the playbook is wide open for the Green Oaks Giants and Terrence Isaac. He's going to hand off to Sanders, and Sanders is going to get across the 20 down to the 19. That'll be a gain of 3 and a Green Oaks first down.
Sanders carries for a first down. James Beckman and Thomas Carroll make the stop. Ball spotted at the 14, 1st and 10.
Baker passes out again to Jalon Jackson, and this time Jackson's able to show his speed and scoot into the left corner of the end zone for a Green Oaks touchdown.
For the Giants.
And again, that's hard on the Flyers right there. They've got Coyle playing about 15 yards out on him, so it's really kind of an easy pitch and catch for a screen, and Coyle's got to come up. It's what Nathan Lorette just had to do a second ago, and Coyle wasn't able to get there, and so they've got a blocker out in front to take out the corner, so it's really just an easy pitch and catch.
So Green Oaks is going to go for 2 right here. Can only assume that they don't have a lot of confidence in a kicking game. Baker looks right, fires, passes complete at the line, and they say it's good. That was Terrence Isaac Jr., who just was able to cross the goal line, and Green Oaks will tack on 2 points right there. And with 6:40 left here in the first half, they now take the lead 8-6.
You know, and this is kind of what we talked about in the pregame, that, you know, the Flyers have to be, you know, pretty methodical, because, you know, that was a 99-yard drive essentially after the sack. And so, you know, the Green Oaks went down the field in 5, 6, 7 plays, and they were all big plays. And so, you know, that's what the Flyers have to watch out for.
The biggest one, obviously, was the 50-yard pass to DeColdis Crawford. That really set him up in great position.
Donovan Brown kicking off.
So Brown's going to kick it again. And Trey Taylor's going to receive this at the 11-yard line. He'll get it out to the 30, out to the 31, and that's where he'll be brought down. And the Flyers will take over there 1st and 10.
Brings it to the 31. 1st and 10 Flyers.
6:33 left here in the first half for Jacob Lafitte and his offense. Try to go down and take the lead back. But John, I mean, we both said it at the beginning of the game. We thought this would be a little more high scoring, and so far it's really been more of a defensive, not say defensive struggle, but both defenses have done a great job of keeping the opposing offenses in check.
Well, I think
Barlow with a nice carry that time down to the 40, and he'll be about a yard shy of a first down, make it 2nd and 1.
You know, going back to that point, I really do think Loyola's shown Green Oaks something they haven't seen before defensively.
Again, the handoff goes to Barlow, but he doesn't go anywhere that time. Great play defensively by Donovan Brown.
So they're trying to pull the tackle and trying
2.
to get, you know, to the outside.
Timeout
And in those plays,
on the
Green Oaks
field.
is really getting upfield.
All right, we're going to go down on the field for Art Carmody.
High school football history, and now the game video and radio broadcast have been edited together to bring you the Dream Game. The 53-minute DVD features not only the 1967 state championship game between Jesuit and Lake Charles, but has rarely seen video, pictures, game memorabilia, plus an epilogue detailing the lives of many of those involved in this thrilling game. One of the greats in in Louisiana high school football history. You can buy yours by visiting www.loyolaprep.org/dreamgame, or there are a few copies in the press box as well. It's the DVD Dream Game.
All right, thank you, Art.
1967 state championship game between Jesuit and Lake Charles. This documentary presented by the Loyola Media Arts.
Third.
It is 3rd
and 2. Flyers just need to get it down to the the 41 for a first down. Lafitte's going to keep that one himself, and he should have enough.
That's Ian Birch.
Ian Birch on the direct snap. Oh, he fumbled, but I think they're going to say he was down.
Ian Birch carrying for the Flyers.
He got it down to the 42, and that's good enough for a Flyer first down.
First down, Flyers.
Yeah,
It's like it confused me there for a second. I thought that was Lafitte, but no, Ian Birch.
I need to talk to him about not reaching that ball out, though.
Big run that time by Barlow. Barlow gets across midfield down to the Green Oaks 47. That's a gain of 11 and another Flyer first down.
That was a great play right there. Great call by Coach Sella. They cross-blocked with the tight end, Brooks Rogers, and he blocked down, and they were able to kick out with the offensive tackle. Really well-designed play.
Handoff again goes to Barlow. Barlow pick up about 4 more on that carry. down to the Green Oaks 43-yard line.
Again, those are critical yards right
Gain of
there.
4,
We talked about that
second down,
earlier in the
6.
game, and those are good play calls to shorten the distance that you got to get the first down.
Well, not only that, John, but they certainly don't want to give the ball back to Green Oaks here. So if they can continue to move the ball and run time off the clock, that's what they want to do, and that looks like that's exactly what they're doing here. They're taking a lot of time off the play clock now. If he's going to keep that one, he's going to be brought down at the 42. He'll pick up 2 yards, and that'll set up third down and about 5.
Again, that play was a little tough because you had two twins out to the left, and so that the safety was kind of sitting out there. So Jacob did a right thing in holding the ball, but really the gap is going to be straight up the field once he hits the corner. If he goes out wide, that's where the strong safety's sitting.
Feet looks downfield. He doesn't have anybody, and he just throws that one away. Great coverage that time by the Giants. And we'll see what Coach Mallion decides to do here. There is a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Not really sure what that's about. I don't know. Did he call a grounding right there?
They did.
He did.
Late call.
So what?
Ball grounding,
So,
but they have Trey Taylor in the.
yeah, not only did they have Trey Taylor, but the ball got past the line of scrimmage and he was outside of the box. I'm not really sure by what metric he was using to call that intentional grounding.
5-yard loss and a
Pretty
5-yard penalty.
pretty obviously had all the boxes checked there, John.
That's one of the things
Bring
that
up
Jacob's going to have to
third,
learn is
excuse me,
when
4th
the
and
play's
15
not there, the
for the
play's not there.
47 of Loyola.
And, him turning around right there,
Smith
that's when you're going to
front.
take a big shot, too, with the defensive end coming
Yeah.
blind side towards you.
So Avon Smith looks to stick it inside the Green Oaks 20. Great punt that time by
The block in
Smith.
the back.
Smith, let's see if the Flyers can get on it. Oh, their momentum carries them into the end zone. Almost was able to get it down inside Green Oaks territory, inside the red zone, but they weren't. And Green Oaks will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Ball will be spotted at the 20. 3:20 to go in the first
As we know,
half.
3:20 is plenty of time for Green Oaks to go down the field. So
But the only thing going for the Flyers right here is that he is going into the wind, but we saw him go 99 yards the same direction about 4 minutes ago. And if you notice, the Flyers now have gotten away from that 2 safety look. Flag on the play. Rochelle on a carry of about 3 yards before Kilgarland stopped him. But
And Ellis Tompkins
let's see what the
on
play,
stop.
what the flag is right here.
Gain of 3.
dead ball, personal foul.
Personal foul against the Flyers. And Coach Mallion will not be happy about that one. 3 minutes left here in the first half, and the Flyers don't need to do any favors for Green Oaks right here. That's for certain.
And you're right, that is a big favor they did right there.
So after the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 from the Green Oaks 38. Looks like that pass may have been behind the line of scrimmage.
You got to pick it up. You're exactly right.
I believe that was a lateral.
I think it was a lateral.
And because it was a lateral, he's actually going to get the forward momentum out of that.
And a loss of 1.
He'll lose 1 out of it, but it could have been a lot worse for Green Oaks.
Exactly
Second
right.
and 11 from the 37.
Jalen Jackson did a nice job for Green Oaks getting back on that. Baker's looking downfield. He wants the home run ball. He's got Dakotas Crawford wide open in the middle of the field. And they're going to say he did not catch that, hit the turf. But, man, John, that's one of the best wide receivers in the country, roaming wild in the middle of the Flyers secondary.
Yeah,
you'd think they'd know what his number is.
He's way too open. That really, it was, again, talking about the wind, it could have been the wind that actually held that ball up that Baker was throwing, because he didn't get it to DeColdis Crawford as he was in stride.
I imagine there'll be some film study on that play this week. 3rd and 11 now. Flyers, if they can get a stop here, will have a chance with a little time on the clock to get it back and maybe go down and put some points on the board. But they got to get a stop here. 3rd and 11. Green Oaks needs their own 48-yard line. Baker's going to look to throw, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Great job that time by Sam Zwack. But there is a flag, and that flag's going to go against Green Oaks. So I imagine the Flyers will decline that one, take the sack, and bring the Green Oaks punting unit out onto the field. Let's see if that's what happens. And we got the first part. There's the decline.
And 13.
4th and 13 is where we're at right now, and here comes the punting unit for Green Oaks.
They did a really nice job right there defensively. It made it look like they were going to rush Baker on that play, and they dropped the linebackers, which is exactly what they needed to do. The inside receiver was doing a slant, so Baker was looking for that right off the bat. When it wasn't there, he stepped up, and Zwack was able to make the play.
So we've seen what happened when the Flyers tried to punt in this direction earlier, and it was not pretty, and I can't imagine Green Oaks' kicking game is better than Avon Smith, so I would imagine if the Flyers play their cards right here, they're going to have really nice field position. Oh, and he gets a low little driving kick down. That's actually a really nice kick. I'll take it back. I mean, that's a British Open Tiger Woods stinger down to the Flyer 35-yard line. That's about as good as you could have hoped for if you're Green Oaks.
Not only that, but I'll tell you one thing. After watching that punt, I think that Coach Mitchell is going to see that there's going to be an opportunity to actually block that punt. That's a really slow snap getting back to the punter, and if somebody was really taking the right angle, they would have had that block right there.
1st and 10 Flyers.
So 1:38 left here in the first half. Flyers down by 2, 8-6. They have the ball at their own 35-yard line. Jacob Lafitte looking to try to take the lead here before half. Handoff's going to go to Barlow, and Barlow's going to be brought down after a gain of 3 at the Loyola 38.
Barlow carries. Gain of 3.
Clock continues to move. 1:16. Lafitte's pass is complete. It'll be a pickup of about 5 yards.
Pass complete.
And the Flyers will take a timeout there. Brooks Rogers on the reception for the Flyers, and there'll be a minute left now. And the Flyers have, I believe that was their first timeout, so they've got a couple left, John. And it'll be 3rd and 1 when we come back from the timeout right here.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about Ian Birch, but, Green Oaks has kind of got their counter. It's number 29, Zachron Miller.
Zacon
Miller. He has really met Barlow and Trace Wall in the hole each time, and it's really his responsibility. And if he doesn't do it, the plays are going to go, a lot longer than they would otherwise. And one of the interesting things is he's not that big a kid, but he is coming in and he is sticking the running backs.
All right, 31 right here, minute to go, 2 timeouts left. So the Flyers have what they need if they can get this first down right here and keep this possession alive. The feet rolls right, looks downfield. He's going to tuck it and try to get it himself, and he will. He'll get it across the 45 down to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Flyer first down. The clock will stop quickly while the ball is spotted. And now it moves again, so the Flyers will need to play with a sense of urgency here.
Great call right there. Great athletic move by Jacob.
Lafitte's pass is batted back to himself. He caught it himself, and he's going to be able to run it, and he'll get out of bounds smartly to stop the clock at the Green Oaks 44-yard line. So not only does he make the heads-up play to catch the tipped ball, but he's smart enough to get out of bounds and stop the clock with 34 seconds left. 2 timeouts, down 2 here.
It's like Dennis Rodman getting like 10 rebounds before he actually, gets 2 points in, just to pad his stats. Throw it to yourself and then run it.
So the throw and reception by Jacob Lafitte, gain of 7. And Barlow with a nice hold, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see what that is. As it stands, he's down to the Green Oaks 32. Let's see what the official says right here. It'll be a holding against Loyola, so that's going to come back, unfortunately, for the Flyers.
And that was what I was talking about earlier about whether or not the 29, that linebacker, makes that play or not, because that is how big that run can be. Now, again, it may be the hold that made the difference, but that's the effect that 29 has been having, Miller's been having on this game.
Once again, a reminder, you are not to leave the stadium unless you're leaving for good. There's no in and out under new restrictions, so you must stay at the game.
So 2nd and 12 now. Lafitte looks downfield. Pass is complete. That's caught by Van Norman. Van Norman across the 20, the 10. Touchdown Flyers! Van Norman, 44 yards from Jacob Lafitte, but there's a flag on the play. Didn't see it, JB.
Not sure what they called all the way down there. I'm not sure what they called.
Let's see what it is.
It must have been pass
interference.
interference.
Flyers think it's against Green Oaks. And I believe it will be against the Giants. Van Norman in traffic. Great hands right there, able to pull it down and run 44 yards for a Flyer touchdown. And a 12-8 lead now pending the extra point with 10 seconds left here in the first half.
Not only did he catch it in traffic, but he had a great sidestep and then accelerated past the Green Oaks defenders. I mean, really, all 3 phases. Great catch, great initial move, and great speed.
On the Giants.
So Smith on for his 2nd extra point attempt on the night. His first one was wide left, so he's hoping to get a little better result right here. And that one's good, right down the middle. So 10 seconds left here in the first half, and the Flyers now lead it 13-8. And let's see, we're going to go down and talk to Art. No, I think Art's looks like he's good to go for the moment. All right, JB, so 10 seconds left. You expect to see a little squib here out of the Michael Mitchell special teams unit, or do you think maybe with the wind at his back, Avon Smith could power this thing out of the back of the end zone?
Definitely. One of the things that's really nice.
And he's got the penalty yardage, too, so this actually is going to be, I believe they're going to be kicking this off from a little further down the field.
I wonder if he may consider an onside kick with 10 seconds to go.
That'd be bold.
5 yards in 5 plays. Took a minute 25. Capped by.
Oh, yeah. So they're going to kick this thing off from the 45 of Green Oaks. So
Van Norman.
I would imagine Avon's probably lining up a fun opportunity to get himself a 55-yard field goal right here.
That or he may put this one through the upright here.
Well, that's what I was saying. Obviously, you can't kick a field goal here, but he may have fun trying to do it.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what he does. He's able to get it over the head of the Green Oaks receiver, and Baker and his bunch will have about 10 seconds to do something with this. Well, let's see if they utilize all that talent at wide receiver and chunk one up, or if they'll be content to just take a knee and take it to the half.
I don't know that Green Oaks has anything to lose doing, anything that they want. So,
I agree. I imagine we're
going
going to see a heave of some sort here. I'd be shocked if anything else happens.
I would too.
And here they go.
It looks like the
four
Flyers
wide.
Trey Taylor for
And
safety,
if I were the
they're
Flyers, I
expecting
don't
it.
even know why they're standing on the 35. I'd be standing on the 50. I mean, why are they even that close?
But they did bring 3 deep, which is smart.
Oh, he is going to take a knee. How about that, John? Making us look silly again. So that'll be the end of the first half. If you're Scott Mallion, you're probably pretty happy right now. Your defense is shutting down one of the best offenses in the city. And your offense just got a big play from Jacob Lafitte to Van Norman to send your team into the locker room with a 5-point, 13-8 lead. It's homecoming here at Mesmer Stadium, so hang around. We're going to show you all the pomp and circumstance of the Loyola homecoming festivities here. And then John and I and Art will be right back here with you to bring you the exciting second half from Mesmer Stadium. But before we do that, we're going to go down to Art Carmody real quick at the sideline. Art?
Garland is the daughter of Ross Barrett and Allison Barrett. Tonight, Garland's being escorted by her father, Ross Barrett. Her activities include cheering, pep squad, Faith on Fire, Faith, SCA, FCA, garden park, and volleyball. Her hobbies and interests include baking, shopping, and hanging out with friends. Ladies and gentlemen, freshman May, Garland Barrett.
Nobody likes being in a vehicle accident, but if you are, it's good to know that Auto Body Express is there to help you. Located at 3701 Benton Road in Bossier City, Auto Body Express specializes in insurance-related collision repair. Auto Body Express has been around for more than 70 years and has the best technicians, the best training, and the best equipment in the collision repair industry. Call 318-629-4450 and go see former Flyers Staten Fontaine for any collision repair need that you might have.
Since its inception in 1968, Bremer Engineering has been committed to providing the finest contract operating, property management, and engineering services to a wide variety of clients ranging from major, global E&P companies to small independent operators across the U.S. Bremer's operating principles include integrity, commitment, vision, teamwork, and experience. Their perpetual goal is to work safely while serving their clients with maximum production at minimum cost, all while protecting the environment. These principles and goals have given Bremer Engineering an outstanding record of service in the highest levels of the oil and gas industry. For more information, call 318-429-2345. Bremer Engineering is a proud supporter of Flyer Athletics.
LED Outdoor is committed to helping you grow your business by creating bright, stunning ad campaigns and displaying them on our HD quality digital billboards. Digital billboards are the way of the future and are more effective than traditional billboards. Digital billboards complement radio advertising, delivering the lowest cost per thousand. With free artwork production, you determine what you want displayed and when to display it. Call LED Outdoor at 318-458-1920 to start your digital advertising program today.
I'm not so much representing just myself anymore. It's my family and origin, and it's very humbling, and I'm really looking forward to the next however many years.
Hopefully the trust he has for me helps, but I don't know if I'll be one of the top bankers in the world like Sam is with golf.
All right, welcome back to Mesmer Stadium. Halftime festivities are about to wrap up. John, the Flyers came into this one averaging 38 points a game. They've put up 13 so far, but more importantly, they've held Green Oaks, who is one of the highest scoring teams in our area, to 1 touchdown and a 2-point conversion and maintain a 13-8 lead here at halftime. John, what do you think in terms of well, let me back up. Second half, we've seen the Flyer defensive game plan, which seems to be, and I think absolutely correctly, you got to make them move the ball down the field without big plays. Like if Green Oaks wants to, can they be patient enough to take the dinks and the dunks and the short plays and the 5-yard runs and all that, and not have all those explosive plays that they're so accustomed to having. And so far, they've shown that in one drive, in fact, they could, although they did have a 50-yard pass play in the middle of that drive to Dakotas Crawford. So you got to figure that Terrence Isaac's going to school at halftime, and he's going to come out here with a little something different to offer. You can't be happy this team's only put up 8 points. This is worst offensive performance of the season for a half, I believe. Although they did have a tough one last week against Alexandria Senior High School, but that's really one of the best big school teams in the whole state of Louisiana. So no shame in that one. So what do you expect to see from Terrence Isaac and the Giants here coming out in the second half to in their chess move, so to speak, against the Flyer defensive scheme for tonight?
And like we talked about, one of the things that we talked about earlier in the game, and it was really nice to see that the Flyers kind of went with a game plan that we thought might work, which was playing a lot of deep safety cover for those long passes and watching them, basically playing thirds of the field for lots of the game. And so in order to get those thirds, of course, you can only have so many defensive linemen. And one of the interesting things that the Flyers have done is they brought James Beckman, who, we haven't called his name a ton as far as, him making tackles and plays, but one of the things that he has done is he has used his speed, even though he's not a typical defensive end, and he's really trying to create a lot of chaos. And so he's getting up the field and trying to make Baker do something with the football a little earlier than he likes. And really, I think the Flyers' game plan from that standpoint has been very effective. Sam Swak is able to been clean up some stuff because of that. Of course, Ian Birch have done some good job of cleaning up. But, that rush up the field with 3 linemen have really helped the Flyers a lot. And so you asked a great question. What would I do if I was Terrence Isaac? Well, that's when you start looking for stuff that's going to happen underneath. And you're going to end up having to look at potential, quarterback runs out of it. Quarterback you might end up looking at a quarterback lead, having the running back lead it up and having Baker use his feet some. But it's not something that Green Oaks, it's not their forte. We talked about it halfway through the first half, that I don't think Green Oaks feels bad about where they are right now. They know that they can go down the field, and they know that one of these bombs is going to connect because Crawford and Isaac are such good athletes that, and Baker can certainly get it anywhere on the field that he wants to get it. So, I think that they feel fine that they can continue to do exactly what they did.
All right, so here goes the start of the second half. Avon Smith set the kickoff for the Flyers. Again, a pretty good wind at his back, although the wind does seem to be kind of swirling a little more at the moment. Here comes back again, gusty. Temperatures dropping. You can kind of feel that fall air starting to creep in. A cold front that came through earlier today, giving us some great high school football weather. Green Oaks with all of their men up past the 25-yard line, so they're basically ceding the deep kickoff to the Flyers if they want it. They're playing for the squib or maybe even the onside kick, expecting some shenanigans from the Mitchell special teams units maybe. And that's exactly what they got. They were right. And they're going to fall on it at the Green Oaks 43. And that's where Keith Baker will bring his offense out for the first series of the second half.
Again, I'm not sure if that was exactly what Coach Mitchell wanted out of that play. He seems to be having a discussion with even as he's coming off.
First and 10, Green Oaks.
Would you call that an animated discussion? Coach Mitchell does not look pleased. All right, here we go. First and 10 from the 43 go the Giants. Down 5 points to start the second half. And they're going to look downtown, and they've got their man, Jaylon Jackson. And Jackson breaks one tackle and makes it into the end zone. And just like that, 12 seconds off the clock, and Green Oaks has retaken the lead 14-13.
Like we just talked about, I don't think the Green Oaks is worried one bit. This is their style of game, and they are such a home run hitting team that this is, they're okay with, 2 or 3, drives, stall, and anything else, because they know sooner or later they're going to hit one of those things.
Well, they're especially with a lead on them, and now granted 5 points in the lot. And here we go for 2 again. Baker looks to throw, and that pass is complete to Crawford. Great hit by Jared Savannah, but Crawford hangs on. And after the 2-point conversion, Green Oaks now leads it 16-13. 11:48 left here in the second half. But back to my point, John.
Your new score is Green Oaks 16, Loyola 13.
If I'm the Flyer defensive staff, at this point, you've got a lead. I mean, why not just play cover 3? Just give them anything underneath. Just not going to give them that. And that wasn't really completely over the top, but that was 30 yards down the field for sure.
But like you said, you asked a great question at halftime. What do you think Isaac's going to do? Well, he's seen them run basically a cover 3 sometimes, and you've seen them run cover 2 with 2 deep safeties, and so I think they're waiting for their moments, and they know they're going to go hit the home run ball.
Kick fielded by Van Norman. Van Norman, who had the great TD reception to end the first half, will carry that up to the 33-yard line, and that's where Jacob Lafitte will bring his troops out to try to answer the Green Oaks score.
First and 10 Flyers.
Lafitte's going to keep that one. He'll carry it up to the 35, gain of 2. Make it 2nd down and 8.
I really hope that Coach Sella doesn't get discouraged with only getting 2 yards on that play. That was 1 block away from going right there, and they just missed a block. So that's open right there.
Make no mistake, Green Oaks has a hefty defensive line. Every one of their defensive linemen is in that 250 to 270 range. Big fellas in the middle for Green Oaks. But that time, Lafitte over the middle, complete to Brooks Rogers, and Rogers will get it up to about midfield. That'll be a gain of, I believe, 13 and a Flyer, 15 Flyer first down.
And again, it was a great read. The linebackers are coming up, and that's where the defense is open.
Pete's going to look to throw again. He's just going to hang on to it and scoot out of bounds. He'll pick up about 3 yards.
Picks up 4.
They'll say 4, so not bad at the end of the day.
Not bad at all right there. And again, that is something that's got to be part of this offense right there. And those are effective yards, keeping drives alive. Those 4 yards are the difference. We saw a drive stall earlier because they got 5 yards on the first one and then had 3 plays that didn't go anywhere.
2nd down and 6 now. Flyers now have their play. He puts it in the stomach of Barlow, then pulls it back and throws complete out there. I believe that is Van Norman again. And the reception will be good for 4. For 6. Good enough for another Flyer first down across the Green Oaks 40.
Ball spotted at the 39. That's a gain of 7. First down,
one of the things that's really apparent is the trust that Jacob Lafitte has with receivers other than Trey Taylor, which is what needs to happen not only in this game but for the rest of the season.
Lafitte's going to keep that one. He's got a nice hole. Lafitte down to the 30. He'll be about a yard shy of another Flyer first down. More on the tackle for Green Oaks.
I really am impressed with the game plan that Coach Shell has had coming out of halftime. This is exactly what we talked about, what needed to happen. They brought Jacob Lafitte's feet into this game, and that is what they need to do. Nope.
Lafitte's pass is incomplete, and he's lucky it wasn't intercepted by Jerron Ellis. Ellis in and out of his hands in what should have been a can of corn interception, really.
3rd and 1.
And again, that is a very hard play right there. You are throwing to the short side of the field with a cover 2 safety there. You know, that, like you said, that should have been intercepted. So Jacob's got to realize what the coverage is right there and where the openings are going to be.
So 2nd and 1 now. Lafitte again's going to keep it. Lafitte, tough running across the 25 down to the 24. And that'll be good enough for another Flyer first down. So the Flyers doing a great job adding up first downs here on a drive that's starting to eat a little bit of clock here in the 3rd quarter. So 2 things being accomplished here, John. We're moving the ball and we're eating clock and keeping that potent Green Oaks offense on the other side of the field.
That is exactly right, David. And you got to be impressed with what Jacob Lafitte's doing right now.
Feet fires to Trey Taylor. Taylor across the middle down to the 8-yard line.
That should be a horse tackle.
It should be a horse collar, but it doesn't look like they called it. Looks like they're going to give him the 7-yard line. So a gain of 16, and now it's 1st and goal for the Flyers.
You got to wonder how they missed that horse collar tackle on that.
It seemed pretty obvious. So 1st and goal from the 7. Flyers trail it, but looking to take back the lead right here. Lafitte keeps this one again, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And make it 2nd down and goal.
And really has a great run by Jacob, even for 0 yards, because they sent everybody. And so there really wasn't a gap, and he fought through the gap just to get back to the line of scrimmage. So, again, what's Green Oaks showing? That they're going to kind of run through the A gaps here. And so what should be open? Right behind them.
2nd and goal. Lafitte takes his time, looks back to the Flyer sideline to get his instructions. He's going to hand that one to Barlow, and Barlow's going to get it across the 5, maybe down to the 4. And that will set up 3rd and goal. And a big play right here, John.
I mean, they've got Brooks Rogers at a tight end. If they were just able to run him up the seam right beyond the linebackers.
You got to figure, I suppose in a game if it's only a 3-point game, they probably would take a field goal right here. But Green Oaks offense is so potent, you know you're not going to keep them bottled up forever. It'll certainly be a decision if the Flyers aren't able to convert right here. Lafitte's going to keep it. He'll get it down to about the 2.5. So here comes decision time. Scott Mallion with maybe the biggest decision of his first season here with the Flyers. And he's going to send Avon out for the field goal to try to tie this game.
And that's, the smart play. And again, it was a nice job by Jacob Lafitte to try to get those extra yards.
Avon Smith on.
And that's also a real vote of confidence from Coach Mallion to his defense right there to say, hey, I can tie this thing up, and I got faith that you guys can get the ball back for us. 20 yards on the field goal attempt, and it is good. So 6:18 left here in the third quarter, and the Flyers tie it up 16-16, and I believe we are going to go down to Art Carmody right now on the sideline.
Y'all getting any voice from him?
So DeColdis Crawford back to receive for Green Oaks.
And this is a nice chess game that's going on between these two teams. You brought it up earlier on the last kickoff. They are really asking Loyola to kick it deep because they brought everybody up. But you kick it deep and you're kicking off to two of the biggest threats in the area.
So after the 20-yard field goal, Avon Smith set to kick off. He put the last one in the end zone for a touchback. This one's going to be fielded by Jerron Ellis. Ellis across the 30 up to he makes a couple of moves up to the 40 where he'll finally be brought down by a host of Flyers. No flags on the field, so that's where Green Oaks will take over 1st and 10.
Zwack makes the tackle.
The officials missed a pretty obvious hold. He got a bear hug around one of the Loyola players, but
again, we want to thank our sponsors, Brammer Engineering, LED Outdoor, Auto Body Express, and Origin Bank. Great sponsors for LCP TV and Flyer football. Thanks for all you guys do for us. 1st and 10, Green Oaks from their own 40. Tie game 16-16, 6:07 left here in the third quarter. Keith Baker set to receive the snap, and he's going to fire it out to Jelon Jackson, and Jackson is able to get across midfield before he's finally thrown out of bounds at about the 46-yard line by Trey Taylor.
Tackle by Taylor. Timeout on the field.
There'll be the 6-minute timeout right here on the field, and we're having some technical difficulties on the sideline, so we're not going to go with Art right now. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Flyer Football on LCP TV.
LED Outdoor is committed to helping you grow your business by creating bright, stunning ad campaigns and displaying them on our HD quality digital billboards. Digital billboards are the way of the future and are more effective than traditional billboards. Digital billboards complement radio advertising, delivering the lowest cost per thousand. With free artwork production, you determine what you want displayed and when to display it. Call LED Outdoor at 318-458-1920 to start your digital advertising program today.
Welcome back. 1st and 10, Green Oaks just across midfield at the Flyer 46-yard line.
1st and 10 to 46-yard line.
This time Baker's going to hand off to Sanders, and Sanders will be brought down at the 39, gain of about 5.
Sanders
make it 2nd and 5.
Lee Rhett Beckman on the
you
stop.
really give Sanders a lot of credit there. That hole, he did it perfectly. He ran up, and the hole really opens up to the left. He did a really nice job of cutting that back. That's where the Flyers defense is really exposed. There he goes
Again,
again.
Sanders on the carry, and this time he'll maybe get a yard, and that's it. Good job that time by the Flyer defense. Looked like the first guy there was Beckman.
And Kilgarland.
Cody Kilgarland came in to help him
Gain
finish
of
it off.
1, 3rd
So that'll set up
and
3rd
4.
and 4 here. Giants need the 36. Baker's under pressure from his back. He's going to look downfield. That pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Trey Taylor at the 7-yard line. Excuse me, that is Trey Taylor. Trey Taylor at the 7-yard line picks off Keith Baker and ends that scoring threat by Green Oaks and gives the ball back to Jacob Lafitte in the offense with 4:51 left here in the 3rd quarter.
That right there shows you what Keith Baker is all about. He rolled out. He had a lot of open space in front of him. He could have run probably for 5 to 10 yards easy. And, he wants the big play. And so, he wants that big throw. He threw into double coverage, and Trey Taylor made a great play.
So Lafitte in the shadow of his own end zone is going to hand off to Barlow. Barlow with some tough running, picks up a couple of yards there. He'll be out across the 10 to the 11-yard line. That'll pick up maybe 4 yards right there and make it 2nd and 6. But the Flyers will take 4-yard gains all the way down the field, John, if Green Oaks will let them.
That is perfectly said, David. That was a really hard run right there. Wes Barlow continued to move his feet even towards the end of that run. All those yards are going to be important.
This time it's Trace Wall on the carry around the left side, and
Trace Wall.
he'll get out to about the 14-yard line, pick up of 3, and make it 3rd down and 3.
3rd and 3.
So again, these yards are really important because now you've shown that everybody's a threat. The running back's a threat. They've shown that Jacob's a threat holding the ball, and he's a threat throwing the ball.
Well, one of the things the Flyer offense has really done well tonight is they've managed to stay ahead of the chains. Very few 3rd and longs tonight for the Flyer offense. Again, Wall is going to get across the 15 down to the 18-yard line, and that'll be good enough for a Flyer first down, gain of 5.
And what discipline Trace Wall had right there. He stayed behind his blocker and then turned it up when he needed to, and he kept his feet moving to get that first down.
3:24 left here in the 3rd quarter. Tie game, 16-16. Flyers will have the wind at their back for about 3 more minutes here. Great hard running right there by Wes Barlow, and Barlow will pick up 5 yards on a really tough run.
Wes Barlow.
Not only a really tough run, that hole really kind of closed early, and he created those yards just by continuing to move his feet.
Feet's pass is complete. That's Trey Taylor on the reception out to the 32-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for another Flyer first down. The Flyers slowly matriculating the ball down the field, as they say, John.
And really, it was a nice play. They brought Trey in motion and then had him do a quick little out. And Green Oaks really didn't know what their coverage was as he came across the formation. So it's something that really I think the Flyers need to come back to and look for that same play. I might not want to do it against 29. He's a pretty good athlete, but I might want to go to the other side and see if I can get the same opportunity.
Taylor goes in motion. Lafitte's going to keep that one. Lafitte had a little bit of room. He took a shot right there at the 34-yard line from big Josh Harris. You don't want to see your quarterback take many shots like that, but Lafitte bounces right back up and gets back into the huddle.
2nd and 7.
Yeah, I'd like to see Jacob kind of move forward when he just kind of stopped to take that blow, and that's going That's always going to be a problem.
Okay. Thank you. Second down, 7. Lafitte under pressure, gets it away, complete. Great catch there by Brooks Rogers. Rogers carries it up to midfield. It'll be 1 yard short up to the Flyer 49, but good enough for a Flyer first down.
And that was a great read by Jacob, seeing that they had walked up the linebackers again. There's that little slant right behind them. Again, for Jacob to realize how quickly that ball had to get out. It wasn't exactly out in front of Brooks, and Brooks made a great adjustment catch.
And Terrence Isaac feels like he needs to talk about this. Flyers gaining some momentum on this offensive drive right here with 1:26 left here in the third quarter. And we'll take a quick break while we have the timeout here on the field. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
I'm not so much representing just myself anymore. It's my family and origin, and it's very humbling, and I'm really looking forward to the next however many years.
Hopefully the trust he has for me helps, but I don't know if I'll be one of the top bankers in the world, like Sam is with golf.
Welcome back. 1:26 left here in the third. Tie game 16-16, but the Flyers with a little momentum on offense right now. They've got the ball just shy of midfield at their own 49. It's 1st and 10. Ball's on the ground. Lafitte is able to pick it up. No, excuse me, that's not Lafitte. That's Ian Birch. They snuck Ian Birch in the backfield again, and he took the snap and was able to pick it up. It's a bad snap and pick up 2 yards out of that. So,
I really, again, it tells you a lot about Coach Suller right there. Green Oaks calls a timeout. He sneaks Ian Birch in the game, gives them something to look at totally different than what they were expecting. Again, there was a bad snap.
And that's not what you want to see. Ian Birch laboring to walk off the field. We certainly hope he's okay because he is a very important player for the Flyers. We would hate to see anything happen to him. We'll try to effort some information on what happened right there. So 2nd and 8 now from just across midfield. Flyers in Green Oaks territory at the Green Oaks 49. Lafitte's going to fire across the middle, complete to Trey Taylor. Trey Taylor at the 30. He's going to be run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Great play right there. 24 yards on the reception. Good enough for another Flyer first down, and the Flyers are now in business deep in Green Oaks territory.
What a great call right there by Coach Sully. He motions Snell out, makes it look like he's going to throw a wide receiver screen so that the safeties come up, and then run Trey right behind that.
Flyers back to the line quickly. This time Lafitte's going to keep it. He's got a hole. Lafitte spins out of one tackle and gets down to the 12-yard line. He'll be about 2 yards shy of he'll get the first down. My bad. That's a gain of 13 yards right there. And
on the 12-yard line.
The Flyers
first down. Flyers
knocking on the door right here. 17 seconds left here in the third. We'll see if the Flyers are content to just let this clock run out and take it to the fourth. Or they'll try to squeeze one out. Looks like they're going to be content to just take this thing to the fourth quarter. So your score here in Mesmer Stadium, 1 quarter left to play. Loyola 16, Green Oaks 16, with the Flyers knocking on the door. We'll be right back. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
Since its inception in 1968, Bremer Engineering has been committed to providing the finest contract operating, property management, and engineering services to a wide variety of clients ranging from major, global E&P companies to small independent operators across the U.S. Bremer's operating principles include integrity, commitment, vision, teamwork, and experience. Their perpetual goal is to work safely while serving their clients with maximum production at minimum cost, all while protecting the environment. These principles and goals have given Bremer Engineering an outstanding record of service in the highest levels of the oil and gas industry. For more information, call 318-429-2345. Bremer Engineering is a proud supporter of Flyer Athletics.
Welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Tie game 16-16. But the Flyers have the ball first and 10 from the Green Oaks 12. Handoff's going to go to Wes Barlow. Wes Barlow's got a big hole, but there's a flag on the play in the area of holding. And looks like there's a fumble on the play. Looks like Barlow got stripped. I'm not quite sure. The official hasn't signaled anything, and he's going to signal Green Oaks ball. Oh, my.
Fumble on the play.
Yeah, Wes looked like he knew it happened. So.
Yeah, he just ripped it right out of his hand. I think that's what it seemed like from up here, because Barlow kept going, and the ball stayed 3 yards behind him.
Down and 10.
So first and 10 right there, and that's really the first big mistake of the night for the Flyers. The Flyers have played relatively mistake-free football all night long. That's a big one at a very inopportune moment. Let's see if the Flyer defense can get it back for their offense right here. 11:55 left in the football game, tie score. Handoff goes to Sanders. Sanders picks up maybe 2 yards and sets up 2nd and 8.
Sanders, the ball carrier. Beckman makes the stop.
Beckman on the stop for the Flyers.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
I can't say enough about the job that Cody Kilgarl and James Beckman and Sam Swak have done out of those 3 spots.
And that pass is complete out to the left. Nifty little footwork right there by Jalen Jackson. And he'll be just a little bit shy of the line to gain. Looks like
enough for Green Oaks.
They're going to give him the first down. He was right on it. So first down, Green Oaks from the Flyer 17-yard line.
Gain of 9. Correction, gain of 8. First and 10 from the 17.
You got to wonder when the shot to Crawford's coming here. It's been a little while, and they've got the wind at their back now. And that pass is incomplete. Baker a little inaccurate on that one. Not used to seeing him that inaccurate. He's normally a really, really accurate passer, but not that time.
You know, that was interesting. You know, he really kind of released that ball a little earlier than he needed to. That slant was there. And, you know, the Flyers had changed what they did, kind of walked the linebackers up, and so it looked like he saw it, and it really looked like it might have been a big play. And thankfully, he threw it behind him.
So 2nd and 10, Sanders on the carry. Sanders runs over a couple of Flyer defenders. Great run right there by Sanders. No, that wasn't even Sanders. Excuse me. That was Rochelle. Michael Rochelle. Excuse me. Make sure you give him credit for that good run.
Absolutely.
Gain of 11.
Gain of 11 and another first down for Green Oaks. Rochelle again, and Rochelle, more hard running, picks up 6. Make it 2nd down and 4.
Rochelle tackled by Beckman.
Beckman on the stop for the Flyers.
That's a 34. It's a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Now that's Sanders, and Sanders gets it up to the 35. Pickup of about 2, and that'll set up 3rd and 3.
Gain of 1, 3rd and 3 at the 35.
Opportunity for the Flyer defense right here, 3rd and 3. Baker fires, complete. He has DeColdis Crawford across midfield. He'll finally be pushed out of bounds at about the 43-yard line.
Tackled by Birch.
But another big play to Crawford. And another Green Oaks first down.
Ball at the 45. That's a gain of 20.
You can see, the Flyers are coming with 4 defensive linemen this last 3 or 4 plays, and Green Oaks tried to run the ball against it. But where they're exposed now, where the Flyers defense gets more exposed is these big plays to the wide receivers. The more you play them tight, the more you're going to look for them to go downfield.
Baker fires that time again to Jackson. Jackson can't get out of that tackle, though, and he'll be brought down right at the line. Well, no, they're going to give him forward progress to the 43, so that's going to be a gain of 2 before Grayson Hutchins got him. 2nd and 8.
And that is the play that the cornerbacks have to make right there. You have to read that very quick on that wide receiver screen, and Grayson came up quickly to make that play. If you're able to let the other wide receiver block you, then the play can really open up easily.
9:33 left in the football game, tie score, but Green Oaks has a little drive they've put together. Baker floats it downfield. He's got Crawford, and he's got a touchdown, 45 yards. Keith Baker to DeColdis Crawford, and just like that, Green Oaks goes back up 22-16.
See, that's the danger, of course, of having the four down linemen. They've got that cover 3 back there. That you can have somebody back there to hopefully make that play. But the Flyers have tried to mix it up. But I give Terrence Isaac a lot of credit. I give Baker a lot of credit. That they're making the right reads and trying to go where they can try to expose the Flyers.
Well, you've got a pretty veteran offense out there for Green Oaks. Baker is a senior, and he seems like he's been there for about 10 years. We've called a few of their games already, and look at that. Baker just floats it out to the left corner of the end zone.
After dropping the ball on the ground.
For a 2-point conversion, so that's going to make it 24-16. So the Flyers now find themselves in a little bit of trouble now, down 8. So they're going to need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion now to get back in this one.
And we've talked about this all throughout the game, that this is, the tale of 2 different teams. We've seen that Green Oaks can tolerate, a lot of, drives that stall because eventually they're going to hit a home run. And that's what they've done. I mean, they've had a 50-yard bomb. They've had a 45-yard bomb. I mean, this is the hallmark of the way they play.
Well, and to their credit, and we touched on this earlier, Keith Baker has been willing to take those check down type plays, take the what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to force the home run into the Flyer secondary, but he's taking it when it's there, and he's done a great job of identifying when the time to go for it is. And of course, when you have a all-world player like DeColdis Crawford on the other end of that, it sure does make it easy. That kick's going to go out of bounds if the Flyers will let it, which they don't. Although I guess he
no, that was a really great play by Snell.
Snell thought that the Green Oaks player may have gotten down and gotten on that before it rolled out of bounds. So pretty heads up by Snell, really.
It really was. Looks like there's a discussion about it. I don't know. It's like the referee's talking to Terrence Isaac about it. I'm not sure. I don't know if the ball went out first or if he covered it up. Looked like he.
A reminder, Flyer fans, be sure and
they must have called it out of bounds, and they're taking the 5 yards off. It looks like
the bottom of the steps to help expedite the cleanup. Thank you.
Or maybe there's a personal foul penalty.
So it looks like, it's definitely a penalty on Green Oaks. Were they offsides?
They must have been after the play, because this looks like
I haven't seen a signal.
Off.
The official hasn't given a signal yet. The Flyers special teams unit's taking the opportunity to talk about this and see if they can take advantage of this. Now, let's see.
It's interesting that the couldn't decline, or they didn't like or maybe they talked to him earlier. It looked like we missed a communication.
So Donovan Brown will tee it back up again.
I don't know if there was an automatic penalty or that the Flyers wouldn't have been able to decline it.
And that'll be fielded at the 30-yard line and run up to the 42 by Brooks Rogers. So good job by Rogers to put the Flyers in pretty good field position to start this series. 9:16 left in the football game. Flyers are down by 8, so they need to get to work here.
Yeah, they did a lot of good stuff on these last drives, showing Green Oaks, everybody on the field is a potential target. So that's what the Flyers need to do again in this drive.
Inside handoff that time to Wall, and Wall picks up 4, make it 2nd and 6. Trace Wall's been pretty impressive tonight in his opportunities, John.
Yeah, he's really hit the hole with some speed, what he needs to do. Right there, he was running so fast that he didn't realize that if he took a side cut, he'd had more room. He just ran straight ahead and into the linebackers, which was not bad.
Wall's going to get another shot at it, this time around the left side. He follows his blocker, and he's finally forced out of bounds at the Green Oaks 48. So that's a gain of 5, So to make it 3rd down and 1.
Again, you get Trace Wall right there, staying right behind his blocker, making the cornerback try to commit one way or the other, and so he was able to just ride it right behind the blocker up to 5 yards.
Clock stops on the out of bounds right there. 8:43 left in the football game. 3rd and 1. And Barlow did not get it. He got right back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Wall.
Down 8. You wonder what the Flyers are going to do right here.
No gain on the play. It'll be 4th and 1 for the Flyers.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
You may not have a better opportunity to go for it.
No, I agree. You're on the other side of midfield. You're running out of time, so no time like the present.
I would imagine maybe a hard count would be coming as well.
Well, they got him on it twice early in the game. Really got him on it 4 times, and 2 of them weren't called. Yep, he tried. You could see Jacob barking it out right there, and he couldn't quite get him to flinch. So good job by Green Oaks right there, staying disciplined. Timeout on the field with 7:54 left here in the football game.
Yeah, this is a coaching decision right here. You have 4th and 1, and you may not ever have another 4th and 1 situation in the fourth quarter like this. If you give up on it and you try to kick the ball, you just saw what Green Oaks could do with the football, and the game could easily get away from you just from a big play. So this is really a coaching call right here, and you're danged if you possibly do, and danged if you don't. It's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do.
It was one of the greatest games in Louisiana high school football history, and now the game video and radio broadcasts have been edited together to bring you Dream Game. This 53-minute DVD features not only the 1967 state championship game between Jesuit and Lake Charles, but also has rarely seen video, pictures, and game memorabilia, plus an epilogue detailing the lives of many of those involved in this thrilling game. Buy yours at www.loyolaprep.org/streamgame. 4th and 1. Dare I say the game may be on the line on this one, John? And Lafitte's going to keep it himself. He dives ahead, and the referee gives him an absolutely awful spot from the top. We'll see. The official at the bottom came in a little better. But I'm telling you, John, I'd love to have instant replay on that one, because Lafitte looked like he clearly got to the 48 with the football, and the official came in a good half a yard short of where it looked like Lafitte made it
now
to.
He's moved. You're really right. Oh, my goodness. He was blocking the view.
I mean, that is a terrible spot.
It is close. It is very close. But if the yard marker is at the 48. He is short.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a shame too because I'm efforting our equipment up here in the booth to see. I don't guess we can go back at all. Unfortunately, we're still a little inadequate on instant replay, but man, it sure did look like the Flyers got the short end of that one. Let's see. Yep. Golly, what a shame. Is it? I think you had it, John.
But we just talked about that scenario. I have no problem with that.
No, not at all. You had to go for it.
The Green Oaks ball, 1st and 10.
And it was the right call. That's
Right.
a very good call right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he had it, like you said. I mean, it looked like where he was is where the football is now. Look at where they have the football,
Oh, yeah,
David.
now they
Look
moved
at where
it
they
back.
have the
Whoa,
football.
what?
Oh, my goodness.
Wait a minute.
They just moved the
They
football
moved
to
it
a first down.
To the word. What? Oh, that is unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. So here we go, 1st and 10. Can the Flyer defense get the ball back for the offense one more time? Sanders carries it for 5 down to the Flyer 47. 7 minutes, 35 seconds left in the football game. Green Oaks leads it by 8, 24-16. Now, the Flyers, because they need to get the football back and they're playing to stop the run, have put themselves, wow, what another big hit that time by Rochelle. He's
tackled by Ian
he's
Snell.
down, though. Ian Snell, who looked like,
Alex Snell.
Alex, who looked like he took the worst of that. Actually, maybe he didn't.
And again, in the open field, that was a great tackle.
Yeah, fantastic tackle.
A very big back.
Big back who's bringing it, and he just stuck his nose right up in there. Good on him.
But right now, if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm going to tell the Flyer defense, we have not seen a field goal unit at all. And so right now, if you can play good defense, they're probably going to use all 4 downs. So you got to play smart. But if you can hold them, I doubt they're going to kick a field goal. So even though you're down at the 20-yard line, play it out.
Right. So Rochelle gets up very gingerly. Looks like he's having problems with some right leg issue. He's walking very stiff, like he's got maybe a knee or an ankle issue with his right leg. I hope that young man is okay. And Snell seems like he's okay, so here we go. 7:07 left, clock moves. Green Oak ball, they're going to go ahead and snap it. Baker looks downfield, didn't have who he wanted. Now he's going to fire it to the end zone. That pass is incomplete. That was an ill-advised pass by Baker.
For Jackson.
He wanted Jackson.
But and that shows you the strength.
Jared Savannah broke it up right there, and I imagine Terex Isaac is probably telling his senior quarterback, maybe you want to hang on to that one.
Well, I mean, that just shows you the ability of Keith Baker right there. He stepped up in the pocket, and he just winged that ball.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, the pocket collapsed on him. It doesn't phase him a bit. It's so hard to bring
it's
down.
not even like he needs to step into these throws. Either he just wrist flicks them. Hand off to Sanders. Sanders takes it down to the Loyola 28-yard line. That'll be good for about 5 yards and make it 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 6 from the 28.
Call it 3rd and 6. Interesting that Green Oaks doesn't seem like they're worried about using the play clock. They snapped the one a minute ago at 35 seconds. That pass is complete. Out to the 22. That's caught by Terrence Isaac Jr. And it'll be right on the line to gain.
At the 22.
Let's see.
Near a first down.
Very near a first down. If he didn't get it, he's only a foot or two short.
I think that last little twist may have put him over the first down marker.
And they're asking, it looks like they're going to ask for the chains to come out.
But again, I would question that spot too. They looked like they gave him a little bit extra yards, maybe because he was twisting on that tackle, but it looked like, I didn't think he got extended all the way to the 22.
6 minutes, 17 seconds left. It's a big call in the game right here. The Flyers would love a chance at 4th down to get the ball back.
I believe this is going to be a first down. It really, looks like where they spotted it. I think that he's got it.
And it is going to be 4th down, but just by a couple of inches right there.
Yeah, that is inches.
So let's see if the Flyer defense can make a play here, John.
But again, this is interesting because Green Oaks has everything in their arsenal right here.
Absolutely.
They're up 8. They could throw it deep if they wanted to, but they could also try to run Baker right up the middle.
I'm not so sure if I'm the Flyers right here. I just don't bring the house.
I agree. I mean, it's you can understand why you do it.
Fourth and 1. And Green Oaks is going to take a timeout here to talk about this a little bit more. So big play in the game right here. I'd like to take this opportunity one more time to thank our sponsors, Bramer Engineering, LED Outdoor, Auto Body Express, and Origin Bank.
This is a good time to talk about, just how well this game has been played. We talked about it from the very beginning, about the different styles of the teams. But this has really been another well-played games within these two teams and well-coached. It just, the adjustments that each side has made. You could see them when they come out in the third quarter that they made some adjustments. So, and each team has responded. So, it's been a joy to watch these teams play over the last 3 years. Each one of the games have been entertaining.
Well, not only have they been entertaining, but they've each been different.
Yeah.
They've all taken on a different life. We expected this game to be kind of an up and down track meet, and it's been anything but. I mean, there's been some big plays, but it has not been the offensive showdown that we kind of thought it would be. Yeah, and there we go. Big mistake right there by the Green Oaks left tackle. That was number 72, Javion Marshall, who moved early. Let's see if make sure the official agrees with me on that one. Make sure that he didn't think the Flyers came across.
Yeah, no Flyer came across. There's no doubt about that. I don't know why there's a discussion. There's nobody. You can walk up your linebackers all you want. I don't know why this is taking any time.
And it will be false start against Green Oaks. So that 5-yard penalty will take it from 4th and a foot to 4th and 5. So that's a big difference. And the Flyer defense has some life right here. 6:17 left in the football game. Flyers trail it by 8, 24-16. Flyers have 2 timeouts left. Green Oaks has 1.
Again, this doesn't change the equation.
No.
Of course, Green Oaks is going to go for it, whether or not it's 1 inch or 5 yards.
That's right.
But again, they got no coverage over here at all. He could go deep right now.
And interestingly, Rochelle is back in the game after it looked like he wasn't going anywhere 2 minutes ago.
Like I said, he's going deep. There it is.
He's going
Makes
deep.
sense.
He's got a man, and that pass is incomplete. The Coldest Crawford not able to hang on to it. Looked like he got his hands on it. Oh, but there is a flag. Did they say the Jared Savannah reached out and grabbed him?
Absolutely not. There's no way on that.
Or did he run out of bounds? It looks like Savannah is not happy about whatever it is. Or is that?
Oh,
holding.
my
They call it
goodness.
holding. Wow.
Wow. That is
So that's going to give.
that is a huge
That's
call
going
in
to
this
give
game.
Green Oaks a first down. and more importantly,
12-yard line.
the ability to run a lot more precious time off the clock should they choose.
Correction, 17-yard line.
So,
First and 10.
That
so
is,
after the penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 from the Flyers 17.
That's an incredible call by an official right there. I'd like to see that on tape again.
Baker hands off. The Flyer defense does a great job holding the gain to
Sanders carries.
maybe a yard.
Phil Garland and
Sanders.
Brooks make the stop.
And that's going to be the 6-minute break right here. So final break here at 6 minutes.
There's
And
timeout on the field.
I think that Art Carmody is done for the evening. Our technical difficulties we have not been able to overcome, it looks like. Oh, wait, maybe they're getting up. Maybe not. Hold on. All right, we're going to go down to Art Carmody after all.
Thanks to our LCV TV sponsors, Brammer Engineering, LED Outdoor, Auto Body Express, and Origin Bank. Bringing LCP TV to all the Flyer fans.
So it was a gain of 1. So it's 2nd and 9 from the Flyer 16-yard line. 6 minutes exactly left in the football game. Flyers trail it 24-16. Flyers need something to happen here, John. Turnover or something. They're going to need a break to get back in this one. Baker's going to roll left, look downfield, fires. That is complete, but dropped. I was going to say incomplete. No, wait a
And
minute.
a flag on the.
Hold on.
Pass incomplete.
Pass is
Oh,
no,
my
no.
goodness.
They're saying the pass is complete, which is nonsense.
3rd and 8.
But it's coming back anyway. But the two officials downfield,
They did.
John, we're going to give him the pass.
I
That is
agree.
insane.
I don't know what in the world.
What are these guys looking at? And that's the same guy that came in earlier with the crummy spot. Getting a little animated here, John.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was strange, I will say. Again, one that, we look at the tape and see if the tape shows us something
I mean, he
different. But it sure
clearly
did look like
caught
he
the ball,
dropped it.
came down, and it hit the turf, and it popped out. I mean,
Yep.
correct me if I'm wrong, you do have to complete the catch, right?
Yes, you do.
Against Green Oaks.
So after the Green Oaks penalty, the ball will be put back at the Flyer 21-yard line. Green Oaks needs the 7 for a first down. 2nd and 13. Baker taking his time now. 5:39 left in the football game. Baker fires complete to Crawford. Crawford around the 20 and knocked out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. So it'll be about 3 yards shy of a first down. So that'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, nice design play. Throw the screen out there. You get that blocker out in front of you.
And it looks like Dakotas Crawford is down after that big hit on the sideline. We certainly don't want to see anything happen to that young man, because I know you and I, and like a lot of other people in this stadium, although Green Oaks is on the other side of the field tonight, tomorrow a lot of us will be rooting for the LSU Tigers that he'll be playing for in a couple of seasons, and we certainly wish the best to that young man.
Absolutely. And he's played a heck of a game.
And he looks like he's able to pop up there and with a little bit of help. So hopefully nothing too bad there for Dakotas, one of the best players in the state of Louisiana.
Now you have a very serious situation. You got 3rd and 2.
9-yard line.
3rd and 2 from the 9, and the best offensive weapon for Green Oaks just went off the field. I'd be surprised if you don't see Rochelle with a run right here. He's had some absolutely bruising runs in this game. They need 3 yards, and they need to run clock. So let's see what happens. Nope, they're going to give it to Sanders, and Sanders will get the first down across the 5 down to the 3.
It was a great cut inside he made. The hole was there, and Ian Birch, filled the hole well, but he was able to make an inside cut and get the first down.
Sanders tackled by Beckman and Snell.
Again, right here, this is a situation where that they've got to make sure that they are looking for Baker on one of these quick little screens. He's like to throw that in these situations.
First and goal from the 3. Baker rolls right. He's going to tug it, come back left, fire into the end zone, and touchdown. Touchdown, Green Oaks. Great improvisation that time by Keith Baker. Reception by Jalon Jackson. 4 yards on the score, and Green Oaks now takes a 30-16 lead with 4:49 left to go in the football game.
I mean, there's just not much you can do about that. I mean, Baker is just that kind of athlete. He's, he can extend a play, and his arm is just a cannon. I mean, that ball, he's running left, and he's throwing right, and he just makes it look effortless.
So without a field goal kicker, Green Oaks will go again for 2.
Another low snap, but again.
And the pass is caught by Rochelle, and he'll just walk in for a 2-point conversion that time. So 32-16, your score here with 4:49 left in the football game. So, John, the Flyers have hung in there for 4 quarters, but that Green Oaks offense was just a little too much to keep down for an entire football game. And the Flyers did a lot of good things tonight, but there's a lot of talent on that Green Oaks side, too, and it's hard to keep them down.
You said it perfectly. I mean, I commend the game plan. I commend the way that the kids have played. It's hard to account for a kid like, Keith Baker. I mean, he is hard to bring down. We've seen this, for the last 3 years. I mean, 2 years ago he made the 2-point conversion to win the game, in the last seconds because he's just so hard to bring down.
So let's see. Trey Taylor will take that at the 15. He's looking for a hole, and he goes down at the 32. Great tackle that time in the open field by Jaden Moore for Green Oaks. And Lafitte will bring his troops out here one more time. He'll have it 1st and 10 from the 33. And, John, I know Coach Mallion would love to see his offense, even if they may run out of time here. He'd love to see his offense go down the field and put something on the board.
1st and 10 Flyers.
Just to get some positive momentum going here at the end of the game.
Without a doubt. And, you talk about big plays. That 4th down hold call is a game changer. I mean, they would have been on offense already, and they'd only be down 8.
The feet fires incomplete. He wanted Trey Taylor. Taylor was open, but it was just a little bit behind him. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
And again, you can't get in panic mode here because, like you said, you're just going down the field. You can't think about having to break this up into 25-yard chunks. You got to get first downs.
Second and 10. Flyers need the 42. Handoff goes to Barlow. Barlow gets it up to the 38-yard line. And that's a gain of about 5. Make it 3rd down and 5. And you got to figure the Flyers are in permanent 4-down territory the rest of this one.
And that's why that play right there was so important. You can't go for 25-yard chunks every time. You got to get these first downs.
Lafitte pumps, looks downfield, doesn't have anybody. He's going to fire, passes incomplete, and maybe he should have run with that one, John. He probably could have gotten the first down and gotten out of bounds and stopped the clock, but instead He looks for Taylor down the field and just a little over his head. So that'll bring up fourth. Fourth down and 4 here.
You're right about the run, but, Trey was behind the defender, and with Trey's speed, you try to loft the ball up. You can understand why, he wanted to throw that ball just a little too far.
So here we go, 4th and 4. Again, the Flyers need the 42. Lafitte's going to roll to his right this time. Again, he's going to tuck it and run. He's got the first down. Great run by Lafitte that time. He'll finally be knocked out of bounds. They're going to give him forward progress at the 47. So first down Flyers. Nice run by Jacob Lafitte, and the Flyers are still alive with 3:52 left in the football game, albeit down 2 scores.
That's another great call right there and a great effort by Jacob.
Flyers.
Lafitte fires, and that pass is complete. Did he get his foot down? Van Norman again with another great catch. Van Norman having quite a night tonight for the Flyers. Was able to catch that one with one hand, get a foot down. Great presence of mind there to get that tap toe down, John. And the Flyers are in business at Green Oaks 33.
Just the way you design it, like a 6-4-3 double play right there, Dave.
Yep. Lafitte, Lafitte, did he get this arm moving forward? They're going to say he did. Woo! That was lucky. Lafitte just got enough forward arm movement to have that called an incomplete pass, and he took a shot, too. He gets up a little bit gingerly.
And that's one of the things that Jacob's going to have to learn is that, he was trying to roll out. The defensive end came up, so he kind of caught him in the pocket. If that play is going to not go because you can't get outside, there's no reason to try to extend it. You're only going to get yourself hurt, and it's unlikely that anything good's going to happen.
Yeah. You're lucky if you don't turn it over.
It's true.
2nd and 10 from the 33. 3:45 left. Flyers down 16.
But you can see, even over here, Van Norman's really got one-on-one coverage. They've been trying to shade Trey Taylor. I might take a shot against the smaller cornerback, with Van Norman.
Moves the ball to the 23. 1st and 10.
Trey Taylor comes in motion. Oh, and he fell down. Lafitte wanted Taylor, and Taylor just tripped on the 20-yard line, it looked like, John, unfortunately. And who knows what would have happened had he been able to keep running. But as it is, it's an incomplete pass, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
You can see the whole defense shift with Trey Taylor. And so that's the thing is I might line him out, and I might take my opportunity.
Well, I got to be honest with you.
Van Norman.
Right, yes, exactly. It's like Van Norman's made a number of plays tonight. I think I might give him a shot here. And he's going to throw out in the flats to Rogers, and Rogers is going to get pushed out at the 3-yard line, it looks like.
That was even a better call. You sneak the tight end out on a little flats right there. You ran Van Norman out, and there's nobody there.
So 19-yard pass from Lafitte to Rogers has the Flyers with a 1st and goal. 3:32 left. Clock stops because he got out of bounds. Flyers down 16. The Flyers have life. Let's see if they can punch it in. Lafitte's going to hang on to that one, and he's probably going to lose a yard right there, maybe 2.
Lafitte on a keeper, loss of 1 to the 5.
So it'll be 2nd and goal, but now from just inside the 5.
See, right now.
But more importantly, precious time is clicking away.
This is an opportunity again. I might motion Trey Taylor into that little flats and let Jacob run it. Really kind of an option of running outside and trying to run to the pylon or to throw to the flats to Trey.
We're going to get a timeout by Green Oaks here. That'll be their final timeout of the game. So reset right here. 3:01 left in the football game. The Flyers trail it by a score of 32-16. They do have 2 timeouts left, and they're second and goal from just inside the 5. John, this game is not over. If the Flyers can find a way to punch this in, and of course they're going to have to get a 2-point conversion as well, but a little under 3 minutes is enough time to make something happen. They'll need a break. They'll need to get a stop or a turnover or something along those lines, but crazier things than that have happened, and we've seen them right here ourselves.
We certainly have in this series. And we also saw a nice, onside kick last week against Huntington.
Second and goal for the Flyers from the 5.
Feet's going to try to keep that. He's being chased, and he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 5, so again, no gain.
Lafitte scrambles.
So we're third and goal now. From now, it looks like they're going to say he lost a yard there, so third and goal from the 6 now.
See, I like that call right there, but I didn't like it going left because, Jacob rolls better to the right, and he has a better chance of completing that pass. I like, again, they have Trey Taylor out wide here to the right, trying to get a one-on-one potentially with him.
I'm not so sure you don't just sprint Trey Taylor out to the back right pylon and just throw a lob over the corner. Nope, almost. There it is. But that wasn't quite the pattern I was thinking of. But we're going to get a pass interference in the end zone. Almost certainly that's going to be the call. Of course, I shouldn't be... Shouldn't try to be Kreskin right here, but
yeah, it looks like Trey may have gotten pushed down.
Yeah,
as he was making his break.
He threw it right when the ball got to him too. So let's see. So if that's the case, it'll be a first down. .248 left. So the Flyers with a little break, half the distance, will take that to about the 2.5 yard line.
Ball to the 2-yard line. Third and goal.
No, but I'm sorry. Here I am with my NFL self. That's not a first down. Still third. 3rd and 2, call it. Hand off to Barlow. Barlow powers his way, still up, but he finally gets brought down. Looks like no gain. The official walks in from the top, no gain, so 4th and 2.
4th and goal.
Tell you what, you got to give a lot of credit to that Green Oaks defensive front. They've done a great job at the line of scrimmage for most of the night. It's a bunch of big boys over there.
They really have.
And they use it well. 4th down. Ball game right here. Lafitte looks to throw. Passes. Complete in the end zone. Touchdown. Flyers. That was complete to Alex Snell. And the Flyers will set up for an all-important 2-point conversion attempt right here.
And really a gutsy throw right there by Jacob Lafitte. He was under a lot of pressure very quickly in that play and really threw a nice ball.
You had to figure that was coming. It was becoming apparent we were not going to run the ball in. All right, so here we go. Huge 2-point conversion attempt right here. A successful attempt puts them to 1 score, and that pass is complete. 2-point conversion is good in the right corner, and the Flyers are still alive. Alex Snell again in the corner. And your new score with 2:09 left in the football game. Green Oaks 32, Loyola 24.
And I really like the fact that, Jacob has trust in these other receivers. Again, Green Oaks has got so much attention paid to Trey Taylor. These opportunities right there, but you've got to make the throw at the right time with each one of these receivers. And so that was really a nice play. Snell made a nice break, and the ball was right there when he broke.
All right, so here we go. 2:09 left. You have to assume that the onside kick is coming here. I seriously doubt that they would do anything other than that with just 2 timeouts left. Not to mention the fact that they haven't had a whole lot of luck stopping the Green Oaks offense in the second half. So
I agree.
Flyers go 12 plays.
let's see what the last time that Avon was asked to kick an onside kick earlier in this game, Coach Mitchell wasn't real happy with the result. So let's see if they've been able to get on the same page here in what is an absolutely crucial moment in the football game. The ball must make it to the 50 before the Flyers can touch it. And Green Oaks is going to fall on it right there. And
onside kick recovered by Jalen Jackson.
the Flyers still have a little life. 2 timeouts, 2:09. They can get a stop. They may get the ball back with 30 or so seconds left.
Maybe somebody was offside. They got a flag on the offense. But, you know, that ball right there just never even skimmed the ground. It never got a kick at all. So it just kind of laid lazily.
He needs that big bounce, and it just never came. Oh. Let's see. What are they calling here? It looks like, is it against Green Oaks?
Penalties against the Flyers.
No, against the
5
Flyers.
yards.
Okay.
Re-kick.
So they're going to re-kick, though, so that's fine with Loyola, to be honest with you. I think they'd take a second shot at this from 5 yards back versus giving Green Oaks the ball. So let's see if Avon can go to school on that one. Find himself a little bigger bounce here. No, just still never really took that big hop.
It did. It took the same, kind of laid sideways and just kind of rolled.
Yep.
Once again, Jackson on the recovery.
So
on the onside recovery.
Green Oaks will take over.
1st and 10, Green Oaks.
At the Loyola 47-yard line. 2:09 left. The Flyers have 2 timeouts. So you figure they run a couple of plays, maybe spend 10 seconds doing that, and then you're going to get a 40-second rundown after they don't have a timeout. So maybe they get it back with a minute or so to go if they can do it. Let's see what the Flyer defense has in store for them here. All right, first play. That's what you needed. Quick timeout by the Flyers. 5 seconds off the clock. Sanders on the carry. Beckman and Birch on the stop for the Flyers. No gain.
Again, I don't know that, this is a tough one because, Green Oaks knows that they really should run the ball right here to try to run out the clock. But I think that they like taking that opportunity.
Well, it would not surprise anyone that's watched that team for the last few years if Baker didn't just play fake that and just hum one into the end zone to Crawford.
And I would imagine it's probably coming either on this play or the next one. I really don't see them, running the ball 4 times.
Well, I would imagine it won't come on this down because they're going to make Loyola use their last time out here if they have any sense at all.
But without, the Colts.
Crawford's not even, we forgot, Crawford's not even out there. He was injured earlier. My bad. But it's not like they don't have other weapons. Richard's going to take that one, and he's going to run hard like he has all night, but he's going to lose 3 yards right there. Flyer defense doing their job. 1:57 left. Timeout, and that'll be the Flyers' final timeout.
Again, this is a huge call right here for Green Oaks. I mean, do you try to throw the ball for the first down and try to end the game, or do you run it and let the clock run down? The smart thing would do is to run the clock down and punt.
Well, the Flyers haven't shown an ability to move the ball that quickly down the field tonight. Although they have had Van Norman had a really nice play at the end of the first half where he took it for 46 yards and a touchdown. But if they decide to run the clock down here, they can probably get it to about a minute and 12 seconds-ish. And then punt back to the Flyers. That'd be the best-case scenario if you're a Loyola fan.
We saw this in the playoffs last year where St. Louis, took a down that they really should have tried to run the ball, and they tried to throw it in and gave the Flyers time to, get a possession going and have an attempt for a game-tying field goal.
Here we go, 3rd and 13. Green Oaks needs the 37 of the Flyers. Handoff inside, and the Flyers are up to the task. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, make it a 4th and 10. Zwock on the tackle of Sanders there, and the clock does move now. 36 on the play clock, so they're going to get this down to about 102.
From the 47.
I imagine, and Green Oaks doesn't have a timeout either right here, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle this.
I imagine they may take it down to the.
They may just
looks
take
like they're going to
They may take a penalty and
they're going to take a
try
penalty.
to punt it.
But by doing that again, those 5 yards with your punt team. I mean, like I said,
and
before,
you can't. And,
I would have
here
a
we go.
punt block. I'm surprised that they're.
9-8.
I'm surprised that they're trying to.
No.
Looks like they might try to go for it.
Go for it. 3, 2, 1. He got it off. Baker's going to look to throw. That pass is incomplete. Wow. So the Flyers are going to have the ball almost near midfield with 57 seconds left.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
That is.
That is.
I don't even know what to say.
That is not what I expected to happen.
That is Christmas comes early if you're Scott Mallion and the Flyers.
You didn't let the clock run down. You didn't get the punt. I mean, wow. That's all you can say.
All right, so here we go. Do the Flyers have a little magic in them? 57 seconds left. Down by 8. They need to go 53 yards for the score. No timeouts. Can't take a sack. Probably can't run the ball. You're going to have to throw to the boundaries, get out of bounds. Maybe one shot over the middle if they get a chance. Lafitte's under pressure. He gets it out. Rogers needs to get out of bounds, and he does.
That's a great job right
He'll
there.
get out down to the 48 of Green Oaks. He picks up about 5. But more importantly, doesn't use a whole lot of time there. 50 seconds left.
And really a great job by Jacob Lafitte and Brooks Rogers to get out of bounds. Again, I don't know that the fake really going to the tailback's going to do much for you at this point.
He's going to hand it to Barlow, and they better hustle to the line. Barlow's going to get it first, so the clock's going to stop briefly while they move the change.
Yeah, you can't do that too many times right there.
Yeah.
To the 42.
They may have thought they might have catch them off guard.
The Flyers need to get to the line right now. 44 seconds. They haven't signaled for the clock to start. Now it is. Let's go. 1st and 10 from the 42. Lafitte under pressure. Looks to throw. No, he's going to keep it. He's going to get out of bounds if he's smart, and he does. Good job. 26 seconds left. They'll get it down to the Green Oaks 37-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5, but more importantly, 26 seconds left and 37 yards away from a score.
Again, you're in position now to try to throw to the end zone,
right.
And so,
well, I think he wanted to right there. He held up. He only ran it when he realized he couldn't get it.
But again, if you motion Trey Taylor to the right and you basically have one-on-one with one of your outside receivers,
Lafitte's going to throw left, and that pass is going to be picked off. Picked off that time by number 11, Jaylon Jackson, who's had a great game tonight. And Jackson's going to seal it for Green Oaks as he walks into the end zone with 14 seconds left. And Green Oaks will now lead it 40-24.
67-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Tell you what, though, John, I know the Flyers 2 weeks in a row, they've played 2 good teams and played them hard and played them down to the end. And I know that moral victories are not what Coach Mallion's looking for, but the Flyers are close. They're close. They made a few mistakes tonight. They had a few chances that they didn't quite take advantage of, but they have a lot to be proud of, and more importantly, they have a lot to build on right now.
You said it well. I mean, Green Oaks is ranked 7th or 8th in 3A in the state. Right. I mean, so this is no slouch. And so, there's a reason why they're 7th or 8th. You can see the talent on the field.
Flyers showed a lot of guts driving down to bring it to 8 there when it looked like the game was really going to be over. That's going to be incomplete. Pass intended that time for Terrence Isaac. 12 seconds left.
But, you brought up a good point. It's something that we really didn't talk about in the pregame. But, the Flyers lost a lot of seniors last year. We named them at the end of the season last year. A lot of big names. Bodden and Hameter and Ebarb, Williams. I mean, they're all over the place. And so you have to replace those guys. And there are a lot of new names out here. And this is our first telecast to watch these new names, and a lot of them rose to the occasion. Van Norman, a great first home game. Brooks Rogers had a number of catches in this game. So and it's good to see that Jacob Lafitte is connecting with all of these receivers, because we're going to need every one of them as this season goes along.
And I don't think you can underestimate, John, what the loss of the early part of their schedule meant to them. I mean, that was, let's be real, the early part of the schedule was probably a little softer than the latter part of their schedule or the middle part of their schedule. And to not have that part of their schedule for this team to learn and grow in, and all of a sudden you play Magnolia, which, I mean, they're just honestly just a not very good football team, and to the point where I'm not really sure what the Flyers got out of it. And then all of a sudden you're playing teams that are loaded with Division I talent across the board in Green Oaks and Huntington without the benefit of those earlier games. And I think that matters. I mean, it really does.
It absolutely does, David. And that's what I say. You got kids who are learning by fire, in really important district games. But I'll tell you again, I mean, we talked about it earlier in the game. James Beckman is another one who's come out here, and he's really shown, a lot of high energy, and he's made some really good plays.
So Lafitte, one last attempt, and that pass will be complete to Rogers, who gets absolutely popped. And number 7 dances off the field, Jaden Moore, after hitting Rogers. Kind of surprised that he didn't draw a flag right there. I think if that had happened, if he had gotten up and danced over a player like that after a big hit in the middle of the game, that would have drawn a big flag. But that's the end of the ball game, so it doesn't. Your score here from Mesmer Stadium, final, Green Oaks 38, Loyola 24. We'll be right back with the post game. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
Nobody likes being in a vehicle accident, but if you are, it's good to know that Auto Body Express is there to help you. Located at 3701 Benton Road in Bossier City, Auto Body Express specializes in insurance-related collision repair. Auto Body Express has been around for more than 70 years and has the best technicians, the best training, and the best equipment in the collision repair industry. Call 318-629-4450 and go see former Flyer Staten Fontaine for any collision repair need that you might have.
Since its inception in 1968, Bremer Engineering has been committed to providing the finest contract operating, property management, and engineering services to a wide variety of clients ranging from major, global, E&P companies to small independent operators across the U.S. Bremer's operating principles include integrity, commitment, vision, teamwork, and experience. Their perpetual goal is to work safely while serving their clients with maximum production at minimum cost, all while protecting the environment. These principles and goals have given Bremer Engineering an outstanding record of service in the highest levels of the oil and gas industry. For more information, call 318-429-2345. Bremer Engineering is a proud supporter of Flyer Athletics.
I'm not so much representing just myself anymore. It's my family and, origin, and it's very humbling, and I'm really looking forward to the next however many years.
Hopefully the trust he has for me helps, but I don't know if I'll be one of the top bankers in the world like Sam is with golf.
Welcome back to Mesmer Stadium. Final score, Green Oaks 38, Loyola 24. John, the Flyers fought hard for 4 quarters, but just couldn't quite get the job done at the end of the game. They got it back to 8, had a chance to get the ball back, got it back, but at the end it was sealed by an interception, return for a touchdown that gave us the final score. What are your thoughts on the Flyers after having watched 3 games so far this season?
I've been impressed, as we talked about earlier in the game, about defensively how they've been doing. They've got a new defensive coordinator this year. We hadn't really even talked about that in our telecast. But I thought that he's done a fantastic job of getting the kids ready in each of the games that we've seen. We've got a new head coach. You've got a whole bunch of new players. We saw, some new formations we hadn't seen out of, Coach Jeter wouldn't have run the tee earlier. So we got some wrinkles and things that I think we're going to see play itself out throughout the year. But, the same thing that we talk about year after year after year is that the Flyers really have to play almost a mistake-free football game against a lot of teams because there are just so many athletes. And I can't tell you how many times, I want you to think about how many times we've played a team that has almost their entire senior class going to, or at least has a college football offer. I mean, that is an incredible statistic, and it's quite a compliment to Green Oaks that they have that much talent. And so, I give the kids a lot of credit. I mean, they're playing against, kids that were going to be playing at the next level, and they held their own. We saw it last week against Huntington holding their own, and we saw it this week with Green Oaks, them holding their own. And so the teams that they're going to play the rest of the year aren't going to have the same level of talent. And so all of these kids that are getting playing time and getting exposure, sophomores that are going to mature through this process, I think that things are only going to get better throughout this year.
All right, so that's about going to wrap it up here from Mesmer. We've had a great time bringing this one to you tonight. Got some nice fall weather coming in, and hopefully this is just going to be the start of a lot of great things for this Flyer football team. I know we were on the wrong end of the ledger tonight, but I've got a feeling that we're going to be calling a bunch of wins moving forward for this Flyer football team. So for John Carmody, Art Carmody on the sideline, your favorite man at Halloween, William Voorhees, Kyle Tanner, J.J. Marshall downstairs. I'm David Winkler. Thanks for watching us tonight. We'll be back in 3 weeks for our game here at Mesmer Stadium versus Manny. The Flyers are on the road next week. They travel to Bossier to face the Bossier Bearcats. Thanks for watching, everybody, tonight. Again, the Flyers lose a tough one, 38-24. You're watching Flyer football, or you have watched Flyer football on LCP TV.